Hello everyone, welcome to Ready Steady Crit. I'm Dungeon Master Horn and joining my usual rigmarole of players. Let's start off with a person who has seen the Minecraft credits the most, and then we'll work our way down from there.
Oh, you can skip those, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm not.
I more just mean like as in has seen like the start, you know, beaten the end dragon, jumped through the portal. Yeah.
Oh,
Never finished Minecraft, so...
Never done
Well,
it, guys.
the way it's going to the end then. Well, I'll go because
I assume it's between me and Will.
yeah. No, I'm Will. I'm playing Volga the Cigar Ranger. I'll move on to the next Minecraft nerd.
Cool, I'll go next. Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Beros Darkhoof, the Sata Rogue Fighter, and I'll pass it on.
Hi, I don't finish Minecraft. I mean, I have, but I don't finish it very often. I'm George. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid. And now we'll pass it on to our filthy non-Minecrafters who've never touched a block in their life.
I have played Minecraft, I've just never finished it. Hello, my name is Ryan, and I play Cyrus Rivmar, the Orc Barbarian. On to the one person who hasn't played Minecraft.
That's a lie. I played it for like 5 minutes and I was like, nah. So, hi, I'm Mary. I play Asher, the Smart Cleric. Yeah.
I can imagine Mary really enjoying Minecraft. You got her
I
like
played Medieval
mow animals.
Dynasty, it was-
You got her like the mow animals pack. She's gonna go buck wild with that shit.
Jurassic World pack.
All
There's
right.
dinosaurs in Minecraft.
I love that Minecraft can basically just become any other game if you just add enough mod packs.
It's true. Oh, on that note, does anyone remember what was happening last time? Really rack the old noggin.
Research?
We're heading to... I know we're heading to Squall, there's research happening.
No, like we
The
went
guy
we
on
went to the
the-
research planet
Yeah.
with the research
scientist.
man.
And there was a bit of an epiphany moment. It was like, wait a
His name
second
was-
minute.
His name was lead leader, I think, or head leader.
He was the head researcher, and he was studying the waves of frequencies that block psionic energy, and he was like, yeah, we can make you a box, or
We were like,
we can
hey-
make you a room.
He was like, "Hey, we were like, "Hey, can you block psionic energy?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's on your ship already, man." And we were like, "Oh."
Yeah, none of you guys read the fucking manual. It was always there.
Beros tried to play it off like he'd read it, but never mentioned it.
It'd been mentioned to us like 3 times.
I love the idea of like, Barros, you need to read this manual. Got it. Cyrus, you need to read this manual. Got it. Volgir, can you read this manual? Got it. It's like, Astra, read this manual. They're just passing it around, and finally it gets to Atlas, and she's like, I'm not reading this shit, and just throws it away.
I can imagine he gets past the sunshine, he just can't read it.
I imagine it got past the Cyrus. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll read this. And it stayed in his room for like a week. And then they're like, hey, Cyrus, have you got through the manual? Oh, shit. Yes. Here you go. There it is.
Whereas I think
It actually
Volga has a
got
legitimate reason for not reading
Yeah,
it. He went, "Ah,
Volgir went to read it, and then it got to bedtime, and he was like, well, can't leave this in my room, and left it outside, and then someone took it, and it was never seen again. And then when they were like, Volgir, did you read that? He was like, yes, and then I put it back where it was supposed to go.
I feel like Fid's probably read it just purely to see where the least likely found bomb locations are.
He found it in the trash.
It's hidden in the vents now.
Loads of X's scrawled over the ship diagram.
Oh no, my tomato's exploding.
That's what happens when you eat a tomato like an apple. They're not very structurally sound once you bite into them. Anyway, you are all currently on a one of the lakefront planets in the Expanse. You're on Lifer Prime. You are at a landing pad adjacent to the huge might of the Thunderhead Tyrant. I believe you had plans to let your ship recharge today before making the jump together to Nulla Major to Squall. But also the team aboard the Thunderhead Tyrant had requested your presence if you would come aboard and run through your exact plan.
Aye.
We don't. Cyrus will just like pull Barros aside and be like, "Do we actually have a plan for when we get the Squall?"
Yes.
Is there any point in having a
Find-
plan? The plan just falls apart anyway.
Okay, so
Well, it's nice to have some kind of structure in place. I mean, we don't want to just show up and then, oh god, do the first thing
plan
that comes
is-
to mind.
Which
The
is
plan is there
always
is no plan.
terrorism. It's
Can-
always
can we
terrorism.
Can we assume that during that time, Barros has gone off and tried to see if Amalgamate's membership is viable for us to negotiate with?
But yeah, he was asking for permission like a total
Oh yeah,
nerd.
with the gnomes.
What a nerd!
He wants to try and, hey, we can give you this because the council said so, whereas we just wanted to fucking go, we'll offer you this thing. Do you have the power to do that? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Don't question it further. Or the more fun, if you don't help us, we're going to tell the Amalgamate that you didn't help us when you could, and you're never going to get in. We're going to keep the Amalgamate from you.
Atlas just in the background like... I'm gonna be honest, no matter what we do with the gnomes, Atlas will be in the background, like...
What's wrong with your aggressive bird? That is my wife! Do not speak to her this way.
No, I'm just waiting for the moment where someone's like... that goddamn psychopath is ours. Is like, that's my wife, but yes, she is.
That's my wife. Run while you still can, man. Run!
So is that conversation with the Amalgamate something I'll still need to do, or are we assuming it happened off screen?
Well, you probably need to reach out and speak to someone.
Sure.
Unless you're planning on speaking to, the High Admiral. You don't know how far
No.
his, how far his influence runs.
Well, I think we could probably have the meeting first, and then we'll ask. Because then the Admiral may think it's a good idea or a bad idea. In regards to the plan, we'll have this meeting with the Admiral. We'll then go and find the gnomes who should be in this sector. They belong to a specific ship there that must be floating around here somewhere. There, we'll try and set up communication.
Are you running this through your crew, or are you running this through the Thunderhead Tyrant? Just so I know.
No. This is to Cyrus
Cool,
in
that's
regards to him asking.
Why are you playing games, Barros, on the
I
intercom?
don't know why. What the fuck? I'm not even on that channel.
Barros is just munching on a cookie, and the cookie crumbs have landed on the console, and a game pops up. That man's playing Gallagher. We did.
That man's the captain!
So we need to find the ship. We need to set up a meeting. Basically, inform that we know that they have the technology to cure Squall, and negotiate them what they would want for it, and offer them membership of the Amalgamate. And have the Thunderhead Tyrant there as security.
I'm trying to remember the name of the ship that the gnomes had.
I have notes somewhere, hang on. Might take me a while because, 7 years.
Well, just look in one of the books that's designated us.
I don't name them.
Well, the one with the cover.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think there's going to be many gnome ships flying around this area.
Yeah, but it might make.
It was
None
the
of them-
it was
none
the
of-
it was the Schneasel Snob, and it's Admiral Winklewonkle we need. God
the
no,
Sneasel Snorp.
God gnome names are stupid.
It was. I believe it's the Sneasel Snorp.
Okay,
The Schnippelsnop and Admiral Winklewonkle.
Wingle.
All of these people are real people. Like, I'm a fae, and that sounds ridiculous.
yeah, and then imagine having to be like Admiral Winklewonkle destroyed my home planet.
You know what? I guarantee that it was a gnome that came up with the thingy-majig. The phrase "the thingy-majig." That's definitely gnomish.
I believe that
how
was-
their names have gone.
I believe that was invented by John Thingamajig, a gnome.
And the Dingle Dongle, also by Jeffrey Dingle Dongle.
No, don't be ridiculous, Cyrus. That was invented by the Dingle Dongle brothers.
For someone who hates gnomes, you sure do know their history.
Know
No,
thy
that's why she
enemy.
knows their history, because she needs to know every aspect of their culture so
Know
that she can
thy
dismantle
enemy.
it.
You don't want to just be making racist comments willy-nilly like Cyrus.
Yeah, it doesn't end well, okay? You get banned from a mining colony, you have to make an apology, it's a whole thing. She's
Right,
being clever
so-
about it at least.
So in the
I would like that on
negotiations,
their
Atlas is
negotiation.
banned from the negotiation table.
I know the most about this of any of you.
Yes, and you're also the one who's going to fucking punch Admiral Winklewonkle in the face.
Only if he's a dick.
He's going to be a dick. He's a gnome.
Yes, but if we can use him to save the planet, it's worth suffering through a meeting for, right?
Right. And I can always punch him
Right.
after he saves the planet.
Yes, once the planet is cured, punch him all you like.
I would like an official apology to be part of the meeting, though. I feel like they should have to do that.
Right.
They've
Well, then
never
they would have to admit
acknowledged
that-
what they did.
Right. We will consider it in the negotiation, but also at the same vein, we know that apologies can be quite difficult to get out of them because of pride. And would you rather them say sorry or actually cure the planet?
Cure the planet. She's just being stubborn.
Right. In preparation, we obviously need the device.
Atlas well, one was my life's plan, but the other one would make me feel so smug.
We'll not take it on to the ship, just as a safety precaution. But let's just go find it, make sure it's it's not damaged or anything, and we'll prepare it in the cargo bay to be transported upon request.
Sure. Cyrus just heads off to his room.
Why are you going to your room?
Because I have the ether flux. It's in my bedside cabinet at the minute.
Maybe
You
check it for
definitely
radiation
shouldn't have
poisoning
been-
when we get back.
It's fine. It's stuck in the adamantine head. Remember, we cut off the robot's head. and it
which
made of adamantine.
was very botched.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we just
and
invented that on a whim.
Yeah, and it was fine. I wasn't catching fire when I held on to it.
I can't believe I
You
married
definitely
this
have
man.
radiation problem.
Yeah, I'm putting you into one of the cryo chambers when we get back.
I guess kids are
That's
off the
not-
table.
What? All right, fine. How about I'll go to the med bay and get a scan first, and then I'll go and retrieve the head.
Well, no, now it's too late. You've
It's-
already been sleeping
Yeah,
next to
there's
it for the past couple of weeks, months.
It
We're
was
busy,
fine.
Cyrus. Go get the
Just
head.
because you think it's fine doesn't mean it is.
Cyrus will go and retrieve the head.
Just because you think it's fine doesn't mean it is. Sponsored by the Amalgamate.
If I ignore a problem long enough, it'll eventually go away. Sponsored by Cyrus.
Right, let's go meet the Admiral then.
Okay.
They got dinner, right?
I don't know.
Barrels I don't know, but I'm sure they've eaten.
Yeah, you
I have 2 dogs frantically begging for my cheese sandwich, like, please, we haven't eaten in days.
It's cheese.
Already got some downstairs. You can have more. I have paid my cheese tax.
I think your correction is they had cheese downstairs. They don't have any. They had some.
They had
They
cheese.
got the
and now
downstairs
you've
cheese
got
tax,
cheese,
now the
which means
upstairs
it's
cheese
their
tax.
cheese.
This tax code has gone wild.
Just wait till you learn
Inflation,
about
man.
the desk the
Inflation.
desk tax, the standing tax, the movement tax, the breathing tax.
The eating tax.
the
you're eating
tax, the
cheese-
big one, yeah.
The OS tax.
I was okay with the cheese tax, but like nowadays there's a chicken tax, there's a little piece of toast tax, there's a lick the peanut butter spoon tax. Just being taxed on everything.
Right. You guys head over
And
to.
what do my tax cheeses go to?
I don't know. You guys head over to the Tyrant. You're eventually welcome aboard, kind of, through the big, like, loading bay doors on the side. Make your way up, probably to the main bridge. You're kind of greeted by a semi-familiar group who are here. You see that there is the High Admiral himself, this big gif, big, like, old, very prim and proper uniform, big, like, bicorn hat, monocle, and a naval saber. You see that there is also the dwarf, the chief engineer, who's kind of like sat around. And there are 2 people who you do not recognize heading up the other 2 chairs, which you have stolen the previous occupants of. You see a woman in a similar attire to the High Admiral with not quite as many badges, human woman. And you also see she's kind of like by his side, and you also see sat over at the like the main like weapons like systems. There's a high elf. Welcome aboard again. Please make yourself comfortable. I'm aware it's not a meeting chamber. We could just go to the briefing room if you want. I have a war room. Not to get used very often.
I mean, if you want to use the war room, then, probably ample
Certainly.
time.
Klangwald, keep an eye on things here. Let me know if anything goes a bit squiffy. Hey, Captain. Admiral, please, Klangwald. Old habits will get yourself shot. Aye, aye. Admiral. And, Admiral Bragas von Tuskenbane, first of his name, last of his name, leads you out to back through the doors you came in, across a hallway, to a room that looks almost identical to the bridge, except for the fact that there's a large table in the middle instead of a large chair where he normally sits. And you see that the High Elf goes straight over to another weapons terminal and just sits up there, and the Commissar kind of like follows him along. And he goes and sits himself down at the table. Well, grab a seat. Let's go through our plan.
Sure. Barris will take a seat.
What is the idea?
Since our last conversation, we have found out a little bit more information, and so the plan was originally to go down onto the planet's surface and kind of assess and then reevaluate our initial assessment. Now that we have no information, you are aware of an admiral by the name of is it Winklewonkle? And I'll look to like Alice of the ship the Schnibbelschnop.
Never heard of it. Must be a shit ship, if you ask me. That being said, the gnomes are not exactly the one I have much high regard for,
I like this man.
Well, it turns out that on their capital ship, admiraled by Winkle they have a machine that has the capacity to essentially fix what's happening on Squad. If we are able to negotiate with the gnomes to
And you just
give us
know
the
that they've
machine.
called that machine the, like, Glibber Snorple or whatever.
Oh, definitely. If we can negotiate for them to release the machine to our control and we use it, then we can essentially stop in the tracks the plans for the Illithid to turn that into a prison.
Bioweapon.
Yeah.
We all know it's going to be like the smog sniffler or something. Just the.
Now, to do this, we would have to negotiate with them. There's 2 ways that we can go down this.
Threaten them
we
with
can-
guns.
That's one of them. Using the Thunderhead Tyrant as a deterrent, or
Use that like, ooh, I
we
like
can
that
do
one.
or we can do this kind of the political way and potentially offer them a gateway into Amalgamate membership. They've been seeking it for some time. We could, put in a good word with the council and offer them kind of an entry into that agreement. But it depends how they react, really.
Can I just look at Atlas and see if Atlas is like getting slightly more annoyed the more Beros is now speaking?
Hang on. Let me make a roll
Just like,
against your
literally,
insight.
We're probably all in that. We're probably just like sat there, just going.
That was a crit fail. Atlas is probably going to sit through that meeting, and the second anything is agreed, Atlas is going to punch someone. Atlas is just there like, okay, the minute is going to be an hour long, so at 61 minutes, I'm allowed to start hitting. Fun fact, when I originally thought of Atlas's character, I couldn't decide what class I wanted, and my 2 things were either a druid or a barbarian. And I was like, druid, because, like, the nature thing, but barbarian is funny purely on someone who's like, I'm gonna start hitting gnomes, and I'm not stopping until my planet's fixed.
I'm sorry I picked Barbarian and stole your opportunity to rage against the gnomes.
I just think it would have been funny to have someone who's like, I start hitting things until you solve the problem. I'm picking at random, they might not be you for a while, but at some point I will reach you and you will start getting hit.
Funny, whenever you said I start hitting someone, Mary just turned to me and goes, it's probably gonna be Cyrus. And I was like, why me? Yeah, it usually is, but I'm not the enemy here.
I would like to remind you guys
Yes.
back on Squat where Atlas was horrified when she shot the Kenku, found out it was a gnome and was like, oh, thank God it wasn't a person.
This is where we find out.
Extreme
Atlas.
racism.
This is where we find out Atlas is as bad as the gnomes.
Atlas is an oil supremacist.
Atlas goes into that meeting and she's like, they destroyed our planet. They're a lesser species. We should eradicate the entire gnome population. And everyone's like, Atlas, what the fuck? Also, this is after Cyrus has said that that's my wife, and he's just there like, I didn't know this when I married her.
It's like Atlas is saying all this stuff, and he's like, hey, that's my wife. Atlas says something outrageous, and he's like, we haven't consummated the ceremony yet.
And all I'm going to say, it's a marriage made in heaven.
Or hell.
I mean, they did
Yeah.
both kind of come from, like, hell planets,
Oh, I'm thinking.
I just like the Wills stare off into the distance, and then the
Like, Cyrus came from literal hell planet, and then Atlas just came from, like, hell of someone else's making. Because I think if you told Astra she could either go to literal hell or hang out on Squall with spiders with many, many eyes, she would at least be thinking about hell, you know? She would be like, Cyrus, tell me about how many eyes the spiders have in hell. And he'd be like, they're just regular spiders but on fire. And she'd be like, ooh, that one.
They are as big as houses, but sure.
That's my favorite when Atlas starts talking about an animal and she's like, you know, how cows have those spines. And then Cyrus is like, they don't have spines. They have the third eye that can see into your soul and tell you how you die.
Meanwhile, Astra's just like, cows are just meant to be cows.
She's like, what? Cows aren't dangerous where you're from? She's like, they're kind of big.
I mean, they are a little. No.
They're not meant to be things that could potentially kill you. Unless you're a lump of hay.
I'm sad that you can't eat anything on Squaw's surface because I did really want a moment where we went into a tavern on Squaw and it's like, what's this? It's like, oh, that's just beef tentacle. And it's like,
They're serving the fish from The Simpsons,
Yeah.
the third eye.
Well, honestly, quite hard to keep track on what the plan was.
Guns or negotiation?
I mean, it's up to if we're planning on going up against a flagship. It's quite a substantial foe, and it could risk quite big issue on a global scale. Probably better try to talk first, ask questions later.
That was the plan anyway.
That's an interesting saying. Talk first, ask questions later.
That's a traditional gift
like that.
saying.
I like that.
Most of the
I don't
talking
like
we
the-
do is get down, and then we fire, and then we ask questions like, "What are you doing here?" and things like that.
Ah, that explains.
Sorry, the shooting goes without saying.
I
Right,
like this form
we
of
will-
negotiation.
We will go and negotiate, and if things go to shit, we will basically use the Thunder Deterrent as a deterrent from them things not going our way.
Certainly. And do you know where this trip is at the moment?
Last time we checked, it was circling Squad.
Yeah, I believe it was in the new need. I'm really bad with names.
The new need.
Nilua Major.
Nalua Major.
Nilua Major.
Good God, it's like trying to watch a chicken say waffles.
Hey, that's my husband you're talking about.
Shut up, chicken. Right.
That's a fucking racist.
Yeah, that's my wife you're talking about.
Shut up.
Hang
Waffles.
on, is there a second table in the war room?
No, there's only one.
Make him sit in the second. Pick up your chair and move it to the side a little bit.
No. You're on my ship. Yes, well, the Hula Major is quite a big star system. It actually contains two quite large subsequent systems in the cluster itself. The Zephyr system, which is where Squall is. You see, he pulls up a little a projection of the Expanse. This is where Squall is.
Can't we just contact the gnomes and then get them to find him? Like the gnome army? Do gnomes have armies?
Quite possibly. I honestly can't say that we have a hotline to the gnomes. Not something that we have. Maybe the main amalgamate would have it back at the Umphalos. We could try hailing them and see if they can...
Okay, we call the amalgamate. We ask them to call the gnomes. Tell them we need to speak to the Winkle Walkface.
The other system here is Ogla, and he points to the other stars. It's, from our last scouting reports, contains about 6 planets. One of them is the gnomish and halfling homeworld of Barna.
Big planet. Full of little people.
Would they be at Bana?
Yes, it's the gnomish homeworld.
No, I mean, like, is there a good
No,
chance
con-
that the
considering-
ship is there?
Considering the
Yeah.
ship was waiting for their research team to return from Squall with the device, it would stand to reason at least that they may be orbiting the system of Squall.
It's been a while. I mean, it's been at least time hard. It's
About a month.
okay. A month?
But they were there.
God, are you guys
originally
not
for-
tired?
Yes.
Were they not originally there for quite a long time anyway? Whenever we found.
I mean, yeah, that guy
The-
was basically ditched before I, shot him.
I also find the field cryo gnome. He'd been dead for like 3 or 4 years, I think.
yeah.
So if,
I
if they've
mean,
already
maybe we're
waited-
best just going to Barna and seeking out, whoever the fuck's in charge there. They'll have the, authority to get Winklewonkle on the line.
Well, maybe if we can negotiate with them, Winkle Wonkle won't have a choice.
pull
like-
rank on him.
Your boss says so. Give us the shit.
Right. Let's head to Barn then.
Certainly.
boy.
Do you think your ship still needs some time to recharge? Are you going to do anything of note here? Look around the planet, or simply just take it easy?
Everyone, take it easy.
Certainly. I'll put a hail out to the main Umphalos and see if they can connect us up. Do you need to... Are you going to hail them anyway to see... I can't recall if you're going to ask them for any... We are going to commit possibly some diplomacy here. I use that in the loosest term.
I like to think that diplomacy in Gith is like a swear word,
Well, that's why he did say commit.
Yeah, he said commit diplomacy.
Yeah.
Yes,
brought the wrong ship along for
I'm
this,
going to go and request, at least see what we've got to offer them.
Just before we go anywhere, Cyrus holds up the head. What do I do with this?
Don't hold it up to your face like that.
Cyrus, I meant just leave it on the ship.
Oh, you said go get it, so I brought it with me.
That is not what I said, but okay. I said go and check on it, make sure that we've still got it.
But I got it.
You give a little
Right,
shake.
Okay.
Maybe you
Yeah,
should
rattles
open
inside.
the helmet. Maybe you should open the helmet and check that it's in there.
I can't open the helmet. Remember, we had to melt it shut.
Oh, yeah.
But it rattles.
When you rattle it like that, Cyrus, it gets a little bit warmer.
Cyrus, hi! You're like a
You're like,
walking
it rattles.
biohazard right now. Put it away!
I like the idea that Cyrus has been rattling it around for funsies as an Asimar, and he couldn't feel it was getting warmer because he's kind of fireproof. And then he does it as an orc, and he's like, "Ooh, that gets hot."
Ooh, that's spicy.
That's because you've got a walking bomb in your hand. Put it somewhere safe.
Not a bomb. It's just a highly radioactive reactor.
It's just actively nuclear fission contained in a football.
It's fine. This is fine. Cyrus is gonna go put it in a
Melted
strong
you,
box
and
in
we
the
can't
cargo
save you
hold.
this time.
Sure.
Put a pile of bubble wrap in there so it doesn't move around.
Sure. So you just put it like one of your storage crates. Okay.
Yeah. I'll make
Big
a note of
old
which
chunk
one.
of adamantine. Cool. Alrighty. Are you guys just waiting out the day then so you can jump?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Nice. You wait out the day. Eventually, you will rest. You'll get a long rest if you so need. And the next morning, probably fairly early, as your systems all recharge, come back online. Oh, pardon me. You get a heal from the third head tyrant.
Sure, accept it.
What up, Thundercock?
My name is not Thundercock. How dare you call me such a terrible thing? I was simply calling to see if you were ready to go.
I really caught Ryan there.
Yes.
Would you need
we're ready
reminded
to
of
go.
my name? It is Sergeant Maximus Varanzero. At no point is it ever Thunder or Cock.
Cyrus is just chuckling behind Atlas. He's just, he can't contain it.
I would like to challenge. Who said that?
Barrows hangs up.
Oh no, we're breaking up. Shh.
You see one of like the large cannons on the Thunderhead Tower like turn to bow like towards your ship, and then you see like people run out and they're sort of like manually cranking it back into place.
He's just there like fire on the ship. It's like, sir, they're actually quite important to how much fire on the ship. Sorry, I'm just getting out my aggression pre-Barna.
That's fine.
Okay, well you've hung up on them, so
Should we text them saying we're ready to go?
Text them. It's like when you like pull up outside your friend's house but you don't want to go knock, so you just text them like outside.
Here. Barros, or should we message them to say we're ready to go?
Barros is just giving a couple minutes for that cannon to turn back to its normal route.
I mean, I could cast sending to the captain, but I feel like that's gonna be a waste of energy.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
it's
don't do
fine.
that.
I'll hail the Thunderhead Tyrant.
you feel 100 pound. You hung up on me.
I'm really sorry. There was a bit of a error here. I'm getting engineering to look into it. Seems to be a bit of a short circuit or something in my chair. I'm really sorry about that. But yes, we're ready to go.
Fine. We are just doing our checks and getting ready to go as well. We will probably need a little bit more time than yourselves to take off. So just let us know exactly when you're planning on going, and we can aim to set off just around the same time.
Sure. Call it, I don't know, 40 minutes.
Certainly. I think there's enough time to get everything all spooled up. We will not wait for you in orbit. We will simply meet you. Where are we? In Nola Major, are you planning on going straight to Zephyr or straight to Orgla? What star are you heading for?
Orgla. We're heading
Straight
to
to
Burn.
Orgla. Perfect. We will meet you on the outskirts of Orgla's orbit.
All right. I'll put it down. I'll then. Can we hail the amalgamate? Were we given kind of a person of contact, or are we just kind of assuming we have a contact?
You'd like to put a request in to speak to the council?
Yes.
Perfect. You put in a request with the council. It takes a little bit of time for the council to get themselves ready. Probably around about that, like, you know, maybe you do this early in the morning, so you're kind of, or even like the previous day when you're waiting around. But eventually, the council is all gathered and assembled, and you're basically put into like a kind of like, well, you're the remote caller. You know, like you're on the TV with the like big like, you know, conference mic, and they're all like, you know, in their usual semicircular setup around the table. Let me see who is present. So you have the dwarf representative, the like Starborn dwarf. You have Moonshadow for the elves. You have Pirate Emberstorm for the Ganassi. You've got Commodore Grizzle Beard Thunderhoof. And also the Grand Arbiter Zarkesh. Snaggletooth Sharpwit is there for the goblins, and next to him is Maestro as well. They're also present at this meeting. Along you also see the human representative and the orc chieftain as well, who you've traveled around with a little bit. There is a out to lunch sign propped over the Thrycreen's chair.
5.
Well, this is as many people as you could rumble up in a short period of time. How's it going, Umbrelspear? The elf, like Moonshadow, kind of calls out.
We're making progress. We have made ample research from a crashed ship we found on Kemnor. We're heading to Squaw now, but we're stopping off at Barnet, the gnome planet. From our research, we discovered that Squaw is essentially being used as a bioweapon for the Illithid, and it is our aim to essentially stop them by removing the smog altogether from Squaw. However, to do this, we would need the gnome's invention. So, I'm requesting, if at all possible, we have something to offer them. I know that they've been vying for membership for a little while, so I was wondering if I could put to the council today whether or not we can open that gateway for them to apply for membership officially, as a way to negotiate with them being able to kind of solve our problems.
We could potentially reach out. They have a emissary, an envoy. We would need to discuss with them and see if that is something that they would even consider. But we can always send for him.
I mean, we'll probably get to Barnet in a day or so. So if you can kind of... It's more that we have something to kind of offer them when we negotiate.
Perfect. Make me a general persuasion check, Barros, to see if the Amalgamate Council is convinced that this is a good idea. See how willing they are.
That's a 27.
Yeah, they're pretty on board. Like, we will reach out to the ambassador. Give us a day if you're planning on setting off in the, but just later on. We can have a conversation in your absence, or we can have you involved as well. But we can always see what we can argue. They may not be fully clued in on exactly it is you're looking for, and to be honest, we definitely aren't. It sounds like you might know more than at least we do at the moment for what exactly it is you're looking to gain. Some kind of device that could help Squall, perhaps?
Yes, if you mention Admiral Winklewonkle and his primary directive, that may help kind of speeding things up.
You see that probably the human ambassador has a little nearly giggle at the name, but tries to keep it on. You see a few looks kind of shot across the table. Yes, we can certainly organize that anyway. We'll ask the question at the very least. Is there anything else?
No, I believe that is everything.
Perfect. You end the heal. The day comes to an end. Before you get yourselves ready for the next morning, you converse with another tyrant, and you set off. The tyrant takes off first. Huge load of dust kicked up as this thing begins to gain altitude. Seeing a ship of this size in atmosphere is not very common, but luckily this planet isn't crazy. It's a very crazy dense atmosphere. It's but it's by no means a dead planet. The ship, huge fire blasting out as it takes off, and then eventually angles us up towards the sky and just begins up and out of orbit. you know that they can't star shift till they are at least outside the planet's orbit anyway, because the damage to the ship and the planet probably would be quite bad. You follow suit, storing yourself up there, and I will need a couple of checks. I will need a check for your hazards, so I need 2 D100s, please.
I'll do one.
I got one. Took a while.
Perfect. No hazards. And I would like your navigator to plot a course for the journey. Bird. I will roll on her behalf. A 10 plus her. What's your plus 2 navigator tools? Wisdom plus proficiency. What's your plus to nature or animal handling or?
Hang on, I'm trying to find something that I don't. Oh no, because I have proficiency in it, don't I?
Yeah.
+9.
So 19. Okay. That is just enough to avoid you having an encounter on your journey. You star shift, and whilst you are star shifting, you have the option to, if you would like, get involved in the Amalgamate's discussion with the envoy of the Brente Alliance, or you can let them hash it out themselves.
The saddest thing about us going to the gnome planet is that I was always hoping we would be going disguised as gnomes so they could be like, what are your names? And we would panic and have to come up with gnome names on the fly. It's like, oh yeah, I'm Schmitterdink. And this is my friend, Gromblesnorp. And they'd be like, perfectly normal gnomish names. It's like, oh my god, I have a cousin called Gromblesnorp.
What do people think? Do we want to be involved in that, or do we just kind of want to leave them to it?
We can't hear you.
It's probably.
Or I can't hear anyone.
Probably... Oh.
Shit.
Her headset disconnected.
Knowing us,
I was like,
probably...
I can't hear Anthony, and then Ryan spoke, and I was like, fuck.
It's not
knowing
them,
us,
it's me.
Knowing us, it's probably best that we don't get involved.
You
Sure, we
shouldn't
can
get
leave
us
them to it.
involved. We're just gonna make things worse.
I think there's gonna be a gorilla. But yeah, you let the Amalgamate handle those discussions. Okay. You come out of warp. Star shift spools down as you come out of that fast speed that you just kind of become to get accustomed to. You find yourself in Ogla. Ogla is this big solar system, and it is kind of like nested here in the Hula Major in this huge big cluster. You've been before, but you'd never been actually to Ogla itself. You'd never come this side of the cluster. As you come out at the predetermined coordinates, you see first of all that there is the Thunderhead Tyrant. You kind of see it like popping up in your systems. You see it has star shifted into the middle of this huge debris field. And you see that all of its smaller side cannons are just like blasting away. It's like blowing up debris and rocks that are like getting too close to the ship. They've obviously had a bit of a mishap on the way in. It doesn't look like they've sustained any damage though. But yeah, they're definitely having to like deal with what's going on. And it is drawing a little bit of attention. You see on your radars you've got in here not too far behind them. You're maybe a couple minutes behind, you know. But obviously, the people who call this system home have scrambled a few things to work out what the fuck is going on. You see a couple of large, strange vessels all making their way on your radar, heading over from a variety of little planets and outposts here. And again, this is like a capital system. So there are lots of satellites you can pick up on your systems. No, you've no real information about them because you've never really met the gnomes before, or the halflings. You don't really have any of their, like with the Dragonborn, you have their systems and stuff loaded onto yours. So you can actually learn what you're looking at, but there's actually nothing really here unless they are choosing to actively broadcast who they are and what they are. You only know that they're gnomes because they are here, and they all look fairly uniform. As you kind of see the like the ships kind of closing in on you guys, you kind of see that the actual kind of like these ships are very steampunk-esque. Like you can see like big clockwork like systems all visible on the outside, like, ticking along. Some of them even have like similar like big like rotating like water wheel, almost like the line seems like pull its way through the expanse as it kind of trundles along. And yeah, they are like these big like clockwork machines that are like ticking themselves over. Huge big like engines, things like that. Like very style over function in some ways, as they trundle their way towards yourselves and the Thunderhead Tyrant. There is one vessel that does slightly outweigh the rest in size, and you can kind of see it lagging behind a little bit. It seems to be moving at no big rush. It doesn't appear to be in any real desire to get too close, but you see this huge, big, probably like it's a big ship. It must be like as big as, if not slightly bigger than the Thunderhead Tyrant. It's probably like like a carrier or a dreadnought in its own right, and it's kind of like it's quite far away at this point.
I bet you any money that's the Schnibbelsnop.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any like magnification on our helm that we can zoom in to see?
Enhance!
I don't believe so.
Damn.
You have your scanner, but it's more like a generic scanner. It's not like a specific like target the ship and scan it, the kind of thing.
Check the name on the hull.
Do you want to try to make a perception check if you want? Yeah, if anyone wants to make a perception check. It's very far away. It's potentially possible. And do you speak Gnomish or Halfling?
No!
I speak Halfling.
Oh.
I got a 10.
Cyrus, you squint your eyes, look out. It's very far away. Not going to be super viable this distance.
10.
Same with you, Barros, you're not sure?
Can't give it a go. We maxed me out on the number of
give it a
perception
go for
check.
fun, why not?
I think fuck all.
It's too far away.
I see the back of Baros's chair probably as he leans over like that.
I feel like Asher comes out, it's like, just need help, or everyone's got it.
I don't think we're going to be able to tell what it is.
You see a
Well, then.
heel presents itself to you from the Thunderhead Tyrant.
Oh, I'll open it.
All right. So, I've just sent my commissar to deal with this fucking gnome, and they don't speak. They do. They're refusing to speak the common language, making communications quite difficult. The good news is, I think that we're providing enough distraction that they haven't noticed you yet. I think because your ship is quite small and of that stealth variety. Not sure entirely what you want to do. We haven't heard back from the Omphalos regarding the outcome of these talks. They might still be going on.
Do you have someone who speaks Gnomish on your ship? We can our quartermaster can speak Gnomish.
Varys Thornwick speaks Halfling, but it's a Gnomish captain, and he's refusing to speak Halfling to her for some reason. It seems quite impractical, if you ask me. He's having someone translate Halfling to her and back and forth. It's a bit slow.
Volgar, do you speak Gnomish or Halfling?
Halfling.
Right, so that's no good.
I mean, 1 second. Give me a second to.
Your attitude towards the gnomes is starting to make a lot more sense, Atlas.
Atlas feeling vindicated by this.
If we can piss them off enough for an hour that they keep talking to us, or at least make them talk for an hour, I can then get my hollow strap to translate that.
We can't just bring up like an hour of gnomish telenovas? Telenomishas?
No.
Right.
Well, you could, but I mean,
we'll check in with the amalgamate, see how the conversation's going. If we can get the envoy on the line, then they may be able to translate for us.
I mean, maybe smack out an announcement on the ship. You never know. Someone here might speak gnomish.
Sure. And I'll ping the Tannoy.
Sure.
Request to all crew, if there is anyone who speaks Gnomish, can you make your way up to the bridge?
You give it a few minutes, you give it 10, no one arrives. Unfortunately, your full amalgamate crew, who have had very limited or no contact with the gnomes their whole life, have not learned to speak Gnomish.
Does anybody have any magic that helps them translate?
Comprehend languages, but I don't have it. Do you, Astra?
No.
Best translation I can offer you is hit them till they speak common.
Right, that's fine. Max, we're going to try and contact the amalgamate. Just keep trying to translate.
We will just trying to explain we're here to take something from their ship, and I don't think they're super happy about that.
I mean, what I will do is, if he's doing that, I will ask, can I be put on speaker with them, and I will just sit there. We might as well start the timer now, letting it listen. Just for the sake of it.
Welcome. Hang on, let me bring you in. I'll set you up on a console next in the other room. And he temporarily disconnects the call and then reconnects you with whenever he's back in the me and Helm, and you kind of hear this kind of going back and forth, and you hear the commissar speaking in half, and he's like, "We're just trying to explain to you. It's very, very simple. We are here because there's a threat that threatens all of us. And we think that you might be able to help us stop them getting their hands on a weapon." And then you hear that being repeated, but in a different language, and then that language being spoken back, and then you hear in Halfling. Well, yes, I understand that, but unfortunately, we simply can't be handing over what could potentially be a lethal weapon. Besides, the device you're talking about doesn't even work. It's not been finished. I'm sorry, but there was nothing we can do. And they're just kind of going back and forth and back and forth. You're reaching out to the Omphalos?
Yes.
Righty. You reach out to the amalgamate. Eventually you get through. You join in the middle of a boardroom conversation. And because you're actually getting into you can kind of see them all there, all lined up before you again. And also in there with them, there is this halfling man. Probably, he looks about 40. I mean, you haven't encountered that many halflings in your time, Beros, maybe one or two. But you know they age a bit they age quite slow in comparison to some of our races. He's got this quite fine looking clothing on, and he's just like, "Well, look, at the end of the day, I appreciate where you're coming from. All this stuff seems a little bit far-fetched, if you ask me. But if you're saying if we allow you to use this device, it'll guarantee us membership in the amalgamate. I can certainly take it back to the higher ups back home, but I need time to talk to them. I wouldn't be in a position to make that call because I'm afraid I'm not a military man myself. I'm just an envoy, and I wouldn't be able to make that decision. And he's just kind of going back and forth again here as well. It kind of seems like you've really wound yourself in the middle of this diplomatic routine now, in a sense, which is going to bog you down a little bit. And unless you guys want to do anything else, it does become a bit of a waiting game. The first thing you have to do is wait for the Prudente Alliance to effectively fully surround the Thunderhead Tyrant with a small fleet, all held in kind of like a Mexican standoff. If you don't take any actions, you're going to be involved in this blockade.
Atlas will sidle up to Barros and be like, "Could always, do the same as we did on the Draconic planet. Just get in there and sneak rat style up to the boss."
We could, but then if we get caught, we're putting the Thunderhead Tyrant in danger.
I wonder if we were to show them on the screen what we have, would that...
It doesn't really show well because it's in a helmet, and if we take it out, we all die, so...
Yeah, but if we show them the helmet, surely they were aware that their researchers were working with an adamantine golem.
It seems that, like the Illithid and like kind of everything else we encounter, some people know and some people don't know, and so it makes it harder if you show someone who doesn't know an item that is like, this belongs to you, they're just gonna be like, I've never seen that before in my life.
You do recall that Killer Clop, the guy who...
Admiral Winklewonkle will know.
We need to speak to Winklewonkle. The problem is getting to speak to him, because it seems that whoever this gnome is that he's speaking to the Thunder Tyrant isn't him. Volger, have you got anything from the conversation?
How long's passed? Like 5 minutes?
Yeah, not a lot of you. Maybe after you guys have contact the Unfallows, like half an hour. At this point, they basically have made a demand at Thunderhead Tyrant, which is for them to power down their weapons and shields, to basically show that this is not an aggressive maneuver, which the Thunderhead Tyrant is currently arguing back. Well, that's absolutely ridiculous. We will not be powering down our weapons and shields. I will power down my shield so you may stand the chance, but I will be targeting every one of your vessels with everything I have on this ship. And if you do anything, so help me God, I'll blast you all to smithereens. How many ships do you have in that fleet? 100? 200? I have 1,000 cannons aboard this vessel. I will not stand down. And then you kind of hear so I really recommend we stand down. And he's like, fuck you.
To tell Winklewonkle that we have a message from Killicop and Grinbin.
Volger, do you want to send that message?
Yeah. Well, I can...
You're attached to the call. Introduce yourself.
I can understand you, and I can text to reply, so I can text this out.
You speak Halfling. I know this fucker speaks Halfling.
Yeah, they are currently... They're translating... So, basically... The High Admiral is yelling all this in common, and then the Commissar is like, "Sir, I really don't think that's a good thing to translate. I like you just..." And he's like, "Translate what I say, damn it! You're not here to advise me. You're here to do what I tell you to do." And she's like, "Are you sure, sir? This is wise." And then you kind of chime in with this.
So I will say in Halfling that. Well, I could say it Halfling common. It doesn't really matter. I'll say it in Halfling just for the sake of translation. I will say that.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't Killicop. Well, Killicop and Grinbin were the ones who were dead in there for a while. The one we killed was called Trigget Just Gibble.
Doesn't matter. They're all part of the same research team.
Yeah.
I will just say we had have a message. I'll look at.
I went with.
Had,
I was gonna go have a message because I figured it would get us in the room and then we could explain rather than like, hey, we accidentally shot that guy and also this. I'm just trying to get us in there.
Accidentally shot that guy.
You accidentally shot that guy.
Okay.
And
Let's
you
just say-
guys let me carry a gun, which I think we could agree everyone knew that wasn't gonna end well.
No. Let's
Everyone
just
like,
say,
yeah, you know what, that one's on us.
Just the captain
say
just
in
making a mental note.
halfling. Just say in halfling. We need to speak to the admiral.
Regarding Trigget Gibble.
Regarding the Trigget and Glibberglop and his entire research team, and that it's important.
So I will say, and I'm going to say it because I will probably butcher everything, and it'll be more interesting to see how he reacts. We need to speak to. Oh my god, I lost head.
Cole.
I need to.
Grizz.
Admiral Winkle.
Winkle Wonkle, due to Triskidit.
Trigget just Gibble.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend I'm trying to
Just say it.
Just get
research
through
team.
it.
Yeah,
Look, I also drew this
because
tiny
I'm gonna
image of
butcher it
Cyrus
either
Melville.
way. Because I did have somewhere in there the literal pronunciation of it. Because I think we asked Harry to say it like 6 times.
Gnomish names are hard. Gnomish
But
names
yeah.
are hard to
Oh.
say, and Elvish names are hard to spell.
Those are the rules.
But yeah, I will say that.
And giant names are easy as fuck.
And
We love
see
giant names.
And watch him cringe as he hears the name.
Sure.
Or me butcher the name.
You say that out loud. Just with me a persuasion check, Volgear, just to see how.
I'm imagining it the same as, have you
No,
seen the like
It's a 12.
the skit where it's like Aaron. Is Aaron here?
Jake Quillen.
Aaron?
Jaquilin? If one of y'all comes out with some silly ass name.
All right, Volgear, you are heard, and
Heard.
it's translated, and then the translator for the person who seems to be speaking for this vessel replies to you in Halfling and says, "Oh yes, we would be interested in what you know about Trigger Just Gibble. They've gone missing for some time."
Well, would you like to have a meeting and we can discuss further?
Certainly, we can arrange your ship to be boarded.
I'll look at the Admiral. Just go, Look at Barros, look at the Admiral. They
Just
want
do
to
it.
board for a meeting.
Just do it.
I mean, that's better, right? Home
Okay.
turf.
Maybe I'll just suggest a small
Look.
party.
If things go really wrong, I know somebody on the ship who would really enjoy it if maybe someone smart had to
not.
die.
We're not feeding. No.
I'll just reply back in halfling.
They
And
have
Cyrus whispers that very quietly to Atlas, knowing she can hear him because she's got excellent perception.
Atlas whispering back, they have a high brain mass to body size. It's less wasteful.
It might be efficient, but no.
I will reply back.
It might be efficient, but no. Sponsored by the Amalgama.
We will accept a small party for the meeting only.
Of course, your ship is quite small. How many can your ship truly hold?
5. 1 each.
Yeah, 5.
I would say it as a lie, so make a deception check.
What?
One for each of us.
Hey, he will,
I'm trying to keep combat balanced, Ryan.
No, it's 10.
We will send 15. And then the call for viewership.
Also, I was hoping if I asked for 5, we would just get the gnomish versions of ourselves. They just look exactly like us, but short.
So, just for my own record, how long did I get of that?
Which version of Cyrus? Though?
By the time this boarding party reaches you, it probably will be the full hour.
Hey, so now I can at least translate Gnomish, which means I can.
They can't
hear
whisper
anything they
amongst
say.
themselves.
Yeah, I will repeat that to the group.
Sure.
Just
You
let the
guys
group
have
know
basically
that I
been
can-
locked in this tense. We're gonna call it a GIF standoff because Mexicans don't exist here.
Got it.
But it's
Gifts are Mexican.
Very common for GIFs to point guns at each other at once, and then be an impasse where no one can shoot. So yeah, you're in the middle of this GIF standoff between the Prenti Alliance and the amalgamate vessels of yourselves and the Thunderhead Tyrant. And eventually you see a smaller vessel deploy from the larger ship and coast its way down towards yours, and you see it like attaches onto your boarding like hatch. Like you hear like the thunk thunk, like it all latches on and hooks up, and then you hear your airlock begin to cycle.
Now he'll just turn side. Now remember, they're shorter than the dwarves.
I will not be making any jokes. I have learned my lesson.
Yeah, me neither.
So have I. I will not do a smear campaign against you with the gnomes.
This is a very tense situation. I appreciate there is time for jokes and racism apparently on the ship. However,
There is a time and place for racism, guys. It's at the racism table. Come on.
I feel like probably Volgit, and I'm imagining Cyrus as well, just looks over the shoulder at Atlas and just goes, of all the people to say that about the gnomes.
Atlas looks over her shoulder too, but because she's an owl, she just does like a 180, so her head's just entirely behind her. I just like that Atlas can do that.
right. Can you two be trusted in here? And I'm supposed to look at Atlas and Cyrus.
Hey, I'm not in the bad books.
He's a good boy. I mean,
We're the non-problem children.
Oh, I mean, Astra can
look,
probably keep Atlas in line.
I can make no promises,
You're
but I know more about the gnomes than all of you combined, and I feel like that is worth something here. I'm not saying
but I
I
can
won't
also-
call someone a dick to their face, but only if they're being a dick.
hope for the best,
This is
expect the
going to
worst.
go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I will say nothing. I will be a silent observer.
I'll have a
Can
really
I-
on standby.
Sorry,
Right.
all I could think that was, I will say nothing in Cyrus's head because I don't need verbal components to swords.
Just a quick question: the hollow strap attachment, does it translate it to my head, or does it translate it to like text on a screen? Because it doesn't. It just says, "Do not need you record 1 hour. It will learn the language, allowing you to understand the spoken words."
I believe
I
the
can-
intention is it is like doing you a Google Translate live
Yeah.
translation. It's not
Yeah, so
speaking
I
it back
can-
to you. It's just like if someone speaks Gnomish into your holostrap, it will translate into subtitles.
So I can just I'll just have it up, but like
It's subbed, not
twisted,
dubbed.
So it's I'll twist it round so it's like on the underside and kind of sit like that, so the arm is facing me.
Sure.
If there's any languages, so I can just kind of keep looking at it.
Alrighty. So you all go down to your loading bay, level 5. You see the airlock cycles fully, and depressurizes and opens. And immediately trickling out, you see these a mixture of gnomes and halflings. There is probably about 5 gnomes and 5 halflings who both come out, who like all come out like 2 little sets, and they appear to be like 2 like little slightly independent teams. All of their weaponry, you see they have these like small little like clockwork firearms that have these like cranks on the side of them, which have all been mounted up. Then you see there are in the back of the party, the like boarding party that have come on board. There are these 2 7-foot tall metal men who
those look familiar.
have like both got like no hands on the bottom of their arms. They just have these huge, big, rotating like guns just for their hands. And standing in front of them, there is a short little gnome who has this big big, very impressive tricorn hat, a huge big peacock feather in it that is probably as tall as he is. He wears like this very well put together kind of like uniform, has these big glasses on, has this like long white like little like feng shui like mustache that kind of parts across the point, and a little small like soul patch as well. And like his white hair kind of like falls at the back of his hat, a little bit unkempt. And he kind of comes aboard and begins looking around. He actually immediately wipes his finger on a surface and checks it for dust. And then he's like, you
Atlas shoots Barrels a look of just...
You see next to him...
Volgir is probably like looking... Volgir's just like leans to Barrows. I feel like that's cheating. Glaring at the 2 giant machine guns on legs.
And they're like completely, you know, they have like faces, and they have these like little mouth outlines and these like strange glyphs on their foreheads and these like glowing yellow eyes. But yeah, they are not moving, they're not breathing, they are constructs through and through. And behind the next to whoever this man with the good hat is, there is a another short figure. They have a little lab coat on and 3 clipboards tucked underneath their left arm. Their face looks like that of a gnome, yet their skin is made of brass, and their eyes are these big green, like little kind of like glowing circles. They have a little fake brass mustache and a little fake brass goatee. They look different from the other person. It's not like they're modeled after them, and they have these little like mechanical hands as well. And as the person is like inspecting the dust on the finger, they just crumble it between their fingers and flick it away, and then they speak in Gnomish. Volgir, on your screen it says, "Well, you could have tidied up the place a bit first." And then the little robot, the auto gnome next to him, says in common, "Hello there. Thank you so much for letting us aboard your vessel."
I'll just keep quiet for that for the moment, because I know if I say anything in Atlas's presence about that, Atlas will just shoot this guy in the head already.
You are most welcome. We're happy to have you aboard. If you'd like to follow us up to the bridge, we're happy to receive you. Would your party like any food or drink bringing up?
I will ask them. You see, he turns, he opens his mouth, and then you hear the recording of Barrow speaking. However, it's kind of been like altered and shifted and like, and then you see he turns back, and you hear Volgir.
I'm not eating all this dirty ass shit.
You hear, fine, tell them to lead the way. However, we do not require any sustenance. We have just eaten. My comrades do not require food and drink, but we will happily follow you to somewhere more comfortable than a loading bay. Please lead on. Also, do not be alarmed by the sheer number of weapons. However, we are quite outnumbered.
Sure. And Barros will lead the way up to the bridge.
Sure, they follow you up, taking their time, checking corners, making sure they're not being followed too bad, closely and things like that. And they kind of move in almost a very protective bubble. You've probably got a little you guys leading ahead, then you've probably got a little team of 3 with 2 guys on each side. Then you've got the little robot gnome and the other gnome, and then you have the 2 big warforged who seem to stick to those 2 pretty closely, as if they're personal guardians. And then in the back you have the other 5 who are kind of bringing up the rear as they move along, and they're doing a lot of things looking down corridors, checking doors, things like that. And they're pretty tense, they're walking into a very tense situation. They're definitely a bit on edge as they follow up to the bridge.
I imagine if they just brought 5 Warforges, so it would have been unfair anyway. It took 5 of us to take 1 down.
These are not
They're not as big.
adamantine golems. These are Warforged,
Oh, okay.
so they are slightly different.
Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though.
It's a thing.
Thing.
It's just a thing. If we get there, I'll probably stand to the side and kind of gesture in at one side of the door. I don't know if anyone else is going to do the other side. Unless Barros stops me and drags me in.
Cyrus
No,
will
you're coming in and translating.
I know I'm coming in and translating, but I mean, I will stand at the door and direct them in as
All
a
right,
gesture.
I'll lead through and sit down kind of in a central chair.
Sure. You lead them in. Take a seat. Are you planning on? So you could do this in the observation dome if you wanted. Kind of doubles as a meeting chamber. It's kind of not quite in the bridge. It's a little bit more spaced out. But it has this big glass. Allows you it also doubles as a spell glass. An arcane glass, but it also is a bit of a more open space for a meeting chamber, and you can have chairs and stuff brought here from the war room if you really want.
Sure, we'll do that.
So you get a couple of crew help you out, bring them over and things like that. They do sit. The 2 gnomes, the gnome and the other gnome sit. The rest of our group remain standing, kind of flanking them in a very much just all around the fence. And then the one with the big hat speaks again, and he says, and Volgir, you would see popping up on your screen, ask them where the power source is. My admiral here believes that you may have some sort of power source that would be quite interesting to us.
Tell the Admiral we'll have this conversation in common.
Ah, that will be quite difficult. The Admiral does not speak common.
Well, that is unfortunate. I thought a man of his stature would have at least taken the time to learn.
The
It
commander...
is the most common language in the
Indeed.
universe.
The commander does not, I believe, hold the same opinions as the rest of the Gnomish Potenti Alliance and Halfling groups. He is quite proud of their independence, and he has no interest in tagging along with the amalgamate. But it does mean we can speak fairly freely between us. I am Jim Jum Killerclop. I am the chief Aetherflux physicist.
So you're after the Aetherflux.
Yes, it was my own creation of my previous form.
Oh, you're Killy Cop.
Yes, hello.
He was Killy Cop. Are you the same?
No. I have Killyclop's memories up to a point just before he departed the ship. He left me behind to make sure things didn't explode in his absence.
Clever.
I do believe that we do have a very, very good chance of saving Squall if you provide us with this device. However, I am aware that the firing sequence is a bit, well, It is definitely more guaranteed as a weapon.
Yes, as far as we were concerned, Triggett thought that you were going to use it to destroy Score.
That is the Admiral's intention, yes.
Hide your, mistake somewhat.
That is the Admiral's intention, yes. He's of a mind that we should use the device in its reversal mode, which by reversing the polarities concentrates the energy into a beam that we could burrow cleanly through to the core and explode the planet in moments. His general words are, if everyone is dead, there is no paperwork to do, in a way. And, you know, he is not untrue. Total erasure is sometimes the tidiest solution, but it is quite unhinged.
Atlas jaw clenches, but she says nothing.
We are
aware
aware of the location of the hyperflux and are willing to pass it over.
Splendid.
With the promise that it is used to fix.
Are we willing to pass
Squall.
it over? Or do we want it brought here so we can fix Squall? Because I don't trust these guys as far as I could throw them.
We don't have the technology.
I don't trust these guys. I think I could throw them a little far. To not just turn around and destroy Squall instantly.
There
Which
is a chance
would
that the
save
Snisnickel
some
Burbulator
time,
would simply
but-
destroy Squall anyway.
What?
The Snisnickel Burbulator, the device that you would need the Aetherflux regulator to power.
What do you mean there's a chance it would still destroy Squall?
You see he pulls out all three of his clipboards, starts flicking through. Well, the math checks out, but in all simulations we've run, there's about a 3% chance that the outcome would be near identical to the reversal mode, which is total planetary destruction, and about a 7% chance of effectively a weapon of mass destruction being detonated on the planet's surface, which would destroy probably about... Squall is not trying. He just pulls a clipboard out. 17% of the planet's surface? Not bad for 7% chance.
So you're talking about a 90% success rate?
93. The 7 and the 3 are inclusive.
Got it.
I thought he was including the three.
The 3%.
3 and then 7.
No, the 3% is included in the weapon of mass destruction, but the lower the percentage goes, the bigger the bang.
Right. Got it.
I mean,
So what is... Why is it that your goal is to save Squall and the Admiral's is to destroy it? What makes you different, and can you guarantee that the Admiral isn't going to go batshit insane and just do as he pleases?
Oh no, he's turned me off multiple times before.
Then why are
So
you
how
still
will we-
here?
Because I keep things running. I have no guarantees that I can do anything to make sure he does the correct thing, but also I don't think he would fully understand how.
Right.
You should tell him we're saying stuff, by the way, or he's going to start getting suspicious.
Oh, he can definitely hear us speaking a language you can't understand. Hang on. Say speaks something in Gnomish, and then you hear as he translated on your little screen, Volgear, you would hear it says, "We're just discussing about the flux regulator," and then you hear the Admiral replies, "So they have it," and then you hear Jim say, "By the sounds of it, they know where it is. I don't know if it's on the ship or not." And then he says, "Very well." And then you see he just looks down at his holostrap. First time you've seen a gnomish holostrap, by the way. It has this huge, big, like, crank on the side, which as he like goes around, he just like, and it just like all these cogs whirring around, and the screen pops up like a little like thing, and then a little keyboard drops out of it, and he starts like really mechanical, like everything is really like it's like someone's like typing on a mechanical keyboard. You hear like the like ding, like the like little clicks and ticks as he's like.
while he does that, can I type a like a note almost on my holostrap, and just show Barros. Don't tell them where it is. Seems very interested if it's on the ship or not.
What is the Admiral doing?
Likely messaging the Schnischel Schnob, just keeping them updated.
Right. So, before we go further with the negotiations, we need to come to common ground as to make sure everyone leaves this room alive.
You see, he just turns to the Admiral, and then he says something in Gnomish, and Volga, you hear him say, we have just been threatened. And then you see the Admiral stops typing, and he just presses a single button, and and the holostrap locks back on his wrist.
We're being threatened, by the way.
Please proceed. How can we get out of here without being harmed?
So, we need some guarantees that if we were to give you the flux, it would be used for its intended purpose. And that is to save Squall. We have vested interest in saving Squall for the larger Expanse safety. Are you aware have you or the Admiral ever come across anything or any information on a group known as the Livid?
You see the Admiral pops back out, types a few things more down his holostrap, and then he spins around his arm, and he shows you a image, and the image is of at first you're like, yeah, that's a mind flare. And then you notice like its tentacles are like as long as its body. And the proportions are a bit different from the ones you've seen.
I don't know, Michelle Livid.
I don't know. I mean, the only lithid we've seen so far are technically pure or husk thralls that were somewhat human, somewhat elven. Maybe.
I'll point to the image and ask ally or enemy.
You see, he translates, and you would also validate this. Bulgar's just being translated directly, and then the autognome says enemy.
It seems we share an enemy. The Illithid plan to turn Squaw into a super weapon. And the only way to stop them is to fix Squaw.
He turns to the Admiral, translates, turns back to you. The Admiral is under the impression that the fixing Squall may only be a temporary solution to whatever they're intending on doing. Destroying it would guarantee they could not use it.
Squall is not the only piece that they are using in this. Squall is not the only piece that they are intending to use on this board. It is just one of them that will help accelerate their plans. We would rather fix Squall so that after we beat them, the planet still remains.
Turns it to Cap, the Admiral.
Also, I'm super not cool with the genocide of my entire people, just as a passive comment.
Turns to the Admiral. Translate this. I would like you guys to make a persuasion check. Anyone can do it with advantage, as you are pulling some good bits of information out.
I'm not making it. We all know my charisma levels.
I get a bit of advantage. 21.
Very good.
Wow, the universe really said 21 there.
21.
Yep.
You see the Admiral turns back and he speaks to the Autonome, and the Autonome says, "The Admiral has told us that if you provide us with the Aether Flux Regulator, we will attempt to use the Snittleslick Burbulator to reverse Squall's planetary mishap, including the full atmosphere scrubbing, mana detoxification, ley line lattice repair, erythic reoxidizations, and planet-wide environment restoration. However, the chance of that succeeding, like I said before, can fail and does take time. You cannot simply clap your hands."
That is fine.
How much time?
Pulls out his clipboard. Depending on how dense the smog has gotten since last findings,
Which was...
about 6 months ago.
Atlas will pull up her own reports that she was keeping on everything.
Yep.
Just like rummages in the bag, pulls out like several thick journals and slams them down.
Oh, perfect information.
This contains
the latest one.
This contains the last several years, but if we just go by this one, that should be my most recent findings on smog toxicity, water toxicity, soil samples, and, well, you can read the rest.
Wonderful. Do you mind if I eat these?
Eat them?
That is how I process information most quickly.
Fine.
Redder mouth just like consumes all the paper. He watches the eyes just turn off.
That was a
Goes
lot
in
of
there.
notes.
Note to self: do not let that thing bite you.
But self, don't give that thing any information it shouldn't have. It'll never
Marvelous.
come back.
The smog levels have remained consistent.
Right.
This means it will likely take a maximum of 6 months.
We're not killing my entire planet because it would be faster.
We're not killing your planet. That was not what that face was. That face was damn. I wish it was faster than that.
Yeah.
We're still
It
gonna
may
have
be
to.
quite faster than 6 months. I wouldn't know for sure until we began using the thing. This is based on a safe threshold. We could put it up to a more dangerous threshold, which would speed up the process exponentially, but would also exponentially increase the risk of damage. How quickly would you need this done by, ideally?
We believe the Illithid will be making their move on Squall soon.
How
After we have
soon is soon?
Now.
They're already there.
Very well. This would take a maximum of 180 days. Let's say, in theory, you needed it done in, what? Call it a day? I could see an exponential success of 1.5 days, but there is a 49% chance of total planetary destruction.
No.
it's a little
my
high
bad.
for
That's
my
for the
liking.
weapon of mass destruction one. Hang on. Total planetary destruction actually would only be... Oh, much better. 21%.
Still no.
That's less than a quarter. That's almost a fifth. For 1.5 days, down from 6 months?
What about a week?
No, we're not upping the chances of destruction.
We're not. No, I'm trying to lessen the chances of destruction because if that's how good it is with 1.5 days, given the extra five and a
In
half
theory,
days.
if you double it to 3, it should go down to 10 and blah, blah, blah.
A
We
week
want the
is-
lowest chance of blowing up my entire race, if that's okay.
A week is 15% chance of total planetary destruction.
Right. Well, the
That is
thing
actually
you've got
for
to
5.5
consider
days. It's as close as I can get to a week on my basic math.
The thing you need to consider here is blow up entire planet, entire race does not exist because they're illithid.
It may be better and more efficient and faster if we figure out a way to evacuate Squall, the non-surface people.
Why
people
not
that
the
are still
surface people?
Because the surface people aren't quite people anymore.
What about the Kenku? They're on the surface.
I mean the Kenku as well. I mean anyone that still is rational thought and has not been mutated. Minor mutations aside, because technically Eros and I got mutated.
We have a week. If during that week we spent our time and efforts ferrying people on the Thunderhead Tyrant and the Ember Sphere, while
We'd need more ships.
the Schnibbershow.
Yeah, you need a lot more ships
We
for the
need-
whole planet.
I mean, the whole So you know, when we went to my town,
Yeah.
how it was kind of built on top of a big spike?
Mm-hmm.
That's a ship.
Spike is a ship?
Yeah, so when the gnomes realized what they had done, they realized there was no way to fix it, and they decided to leave. But some of them felt kind of bad about that, you know, the whole leaving a planet to die in smog. So, as a compromise, I suppose, they fired ships directly into the surface of Squall. Sort of a, here's somewhere where you can climb up and get out of the smog if you can make it.
That is not entirely factual. We first actually deployed bunkers on the ground,
And then the pollution got too much.
and then we launched the needle ships to extract people via the top of the needle. However, not all of your people wished to leave. I should know. I headed up the evacuation.
Well, we might have to convince them to leave.
You'll have a damn hard job. We've only got more stubborn. My grandfather
Total
didn't
anni-
leave in that evacuation. Threw his wife and kids
Total-
at it and went.
Total annihilation or leave your planet?
They've been dealing with total annihilation slowly for the past 70 years.
Well, if we don't do anything, then the Illithid are just going to take over anyway.
No, I'm on your side that we should evacuate the planet and try to fix it. I'm just saying that trying to get them to leave is going to be hard.
Aren't they already there? In which case, making an evacuation would be exceedingly hard.
Well, it would also maybe encourage them more to leave if they're actually getting bombarded and kidnapped by weird squid people.
Yeah, but
so
what I mean is, how do you get an evacuation ship to the planet if it's surrounded by ships?
no, I'm saying we use the needle ships.
The Illithid are not one for, like, showing us. They're not going to be surrounded the planet and taking over.
And how do
They're
we
going to-
evacuate a race when we don't know who might be?
You also can't
Infected.
remove the spires.
What's
needle
point
ships.
of the- But you said they were meant for evacuation.
You know, they had a lift installed that they could ferry someone from the surface to the upper atmosphere for collection. You would need another ship to collect them. They were only intended to be one way. They also are currently holding the net, which if that fails, the smog will expand into the atmosphere and into the expanse.
Yeah, we definitely got to make sure the net holds, otherwise.
Right.
In
At the
fact,
moment, we'll
based on
also
estimates,
assist
the
with
net's
the
been
net- with
failing
the
over the years.
secondary-
If we lost 3 spire ships, the net would probably fail. And based on consistently reading the same at that level of concentration, carried the 4,
Gonna already say
divided
lost
by
2, I'm
7,
guessing.
we would probably lose Barna about 14 days after the 3rd spire was destroyed, based on
Well,
the rate of
if you-
spread.
You get what you get.
If the Illithid have
wouldn't
their
stop
way, if the Illithid have their way, they will mutate the smog, and you'll technically still have Barna, but the Illithid will have you.
Well, obviously, that is not practical for anyone. The smog also will not stop. Based on early... The reason why the net does such a good job is it's not able to gain any more... it feeds on a chemical, which it no longer has access to, but if the net fails, it will suddenly have access to an awful lot of it.
And as someone who got a lungful of that stuff, let me tell you, it's not good for you.
Are the gnomes willing to help with the evacuation?
They're the nearest planet.
You helped once. Will you help again?
Help.
That is not my decision to make. Looks to the Admiral, speaks. The Admiral will ask the Potente Alliance, but ultimately it lies with them.
Could you pass on that the amalgamate are... It's kind of lost on the Admiral, but if you could get it to the Prudente Alliance themselves, that the amalgamate are willing to accept membership of the Prudente Alliance into the amalgamate if they are willing to cooperate at this time.
I can forward that on.
Right. If we come to an agreement and the Prudente Alliance agree to help evacuate Squall and you will attempt to save it, then once all is in agreement, we can bring the flux onto your ship. But until that, I will not reveal the location of it. For our own safety.
And any attempt to poke around our ship and find it will end badly for everyone involved.
I would imagine that you have hidden it in some kind of lead or adamantine-based container. Otherwise, I probably would have found it already.
That is correct.
Very well. I will pass this on. Make me a final persuasion check, because you don't have to convince the messenger.
That, or we just stick
That
it
is
in
a
the different dimension.
The Admiral looks pissed.
Because we've got him.
Stands up. Says something. And you hear him say, "Tell them it is a deal." And he says, "You have yourself a deal."
Nod, get up. Start leading them out.
Yep. They begin moving out. They follow you. While you are having them escort off your ship, there also you receive a heal in your bridge from the Omphalos.
The second the Admiral leaves, Atlas goes, "Man, what a..." But then instead of a swear word, it's just like in cartoons, but it's replaced by like a bird screech sound because it's like a slur in Orin.
Oh god, I don't know why, but I just heard like the screeching owl. It was just like, "Man, what a..."
I like to think that all of Orin is just bird noise.
It is.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone needs to be told this, but that captain's very rude. And that the translator was being nice.
I thought that might have been the case.
And
Do we trust them to keep their word?
Well, he seemed
I don't
very
trust that
interested
captain
in
as
where
far as I
the,
could throw him.
No.
But
hopefully we can get the Pedente Alliance on board and not just Captain Yackle.
also,
You know-
if he does betray us, we get to see how far Cyrus can throw him.
I was
No, I
just
think I could
thinking
throw
about
him a
this.
really
So
long
obviously, though, I can't remember if we've already.
You ever
thought
played
about this.
American football?
I can't remember if we've already thought about this, but is it worth maybe moving the power source in its adamantine container into one of the other bags of holding, not the ones we've just ripped?
No.
Or does it cause an issue?
Remember, bag of holding do bad.
We don't want
I
to
can't
send the
remember.
No, there was literally
floating through deep space.
There was literally a note on the Aetherflux that was like, hey, if you put this in a bag of holding, bad shit will happen, don't do that. That's why we put
That
it in the
was it.
helmet in the first place.
Yep.
See, that's why I was asking. 'cause
That's
Maybe
why I keep asking where the Aetherflux is.
Maybe
randomly.
we
I'm
just
like,
put
just
it
out of
in, like,
curiosity,
some-
where
I
is
have
that?
always had it.
Yeah.
It's just been sitting in my inventory.
maybe we just put it in
Just-
someone else's bedside drawer.
No,
I mean-
it's fine where it is. If it's undisturbed, then they're not going to be able to find it. They would have picked up on it on their way
Also,
in.
every single one of them will be like, nobody would be dumb enough to sleep with that right next to their fucking face.
Is it,
Why don't we stash it in the med bay? Or if we have a room for Nandir, we'll
well,
just
but,
keep
like,
it in
did we-
her room.
Keep it in the
did we get
Nendir
rid of the
room.
shuttle?
Yeah, so
This
that
is where
if
we put
anyone
all
tries
of our
to get at it,
Nendir
she'll
snack.
be our guard dog of the Aetherflux.
It's fine where it is. If it's not been discovered right now, then it's not going to be found anytime soon. That meeting would have gone a lot different if the admiral thought he knew where it was.
Side note, I know it's not like super important right now, but we should try and move Nendir into some kind of like crew quarter situation, because she just sits in the med bay. Look, I'm not saying we move her in with the crew. I'm saying maybe like, you know, near our rooms or something, because right now she's just in the med bay, and I think she's starting to go a little stir crazy in there, and at least if she had her own room, she might feel a little better
Well,
about it.
Sure, we can do that.
Well, the research guys on that planet said that we have the technology on the ship to make a room. We just need to
Lose some of
Yeah,
our
fire.
ships.
We just need to
gonna take
siphon
time.
fire to it.
It's going to take time.
I think Atlas is talking more of a like take her out of the med bay and just put her in like one of the officers' bedrooms, like
Yeah.
one of like where Deez normally sleeps or something. Like you just have Deez and Astra like buddy up.
Yeah,
Sure.
for a bedroom rather than
yeah,
the med
putting
bay.
it-
It would also make it easier to not have someone guarding the med bay. I don't. Well, they still have to guard the captain, but like it would make it easier to not have someone walk in on a squid or a purple dragon as she is right now. But still,
If we're doing that, I am voting for two conditions. One, the door is locked at all times and only openable from the outside. And two, someone is still standing outside that room.
If you want, you can put her in my room.
I mean, I don't mind her
Iris, we-
staying in my room. I just figured like maybe she would like her own room and a little bit of privacy.
We have a spare room because Days doesn't use hers.
Oh yeah.
That's a
I forgot
lie.
about
She
that.
uses
Nobody
it
has
as. That's a lie. She uses it as a wardrobe, but never sleeps there.
That's fine. She can give up her wardrobe for like a few weeks.
I cannot wait to see that discussion.
It just pops up in the corner like Days will remember
I
this.
feel like they say that now.
He
she's like,
wants
"You
me to
can tell
do
her, but I'm
what
not telling her."
for that?
Also, 110% the days you said she uses it as a wardrobe, and you walk in, and it's one of those rooms where it's just like clothes like 2 feet thick all over the
Yeah.
floor.
And then you go into Saparna's room, and that's exactly the same as it looks, but she sleeps there.
But it's plates.
No, it's clothes as well.
No, Saparna's room gives strong Charlie's room in halls where like you just can't see the floor. Like there is a floor, there has to be a floor, but there is no evidence that there is a floor apart from your basic human knowledge.
Saparna has never done laundry. Every now and then, when the clothes get too hard to walk through, she just puts them all in the like evacuation waste chute and shoots them out into space.
Yeah. That's what she's spending her money on.
Same with all the dirty dishes. She doesn't wash them, she just evacuates them into space.
I'll go answer that hail from the amalgamate, see if they've made any progress.
Moonshadow is there, and she's like, "Good news. I think we've managed to convince the gnomes to help in this endeavor for exchange of their joining with the amalgamate. So you should be able to hand over that device to them, and then they will begin helping Squall."
Wonderful. Right.
We need to evacuate the entire planet.
What? That wasn't part of the negotiations.
We met with an admiral here whose ship contains the device to fix Squall, and they
Whose
said that
plan
there
was
a
just to
high-
blow it up instead and hide the evidence.
Their science officer basically said that there's a high chance that the Squall could basically just be destroyed during the process. If the gnomes have agreed to join the amalgamate in aid, then I think we can probably ask them to help evacuate. Banner is the closest planet after all.
We would need to renegotiate on previous negotiations with new information. Again, this could take us time to go back and forth on the table.
Luckily for you, right now all we have is time.
All right. Well, I suppose do what you can to get this moving on your end. We will try to help negotiate. At the very least, we may... No, we can't because we're currently securing our own sectors. Unfortunately, the Amalgamate can't send any vessels your way. This is going to have to be fully a fleet by the gnomes or anyone else you can get out that way.
Would the Draconid help?
Harmony might.
Worth a shot.
Harmony owes us a favor.
It depends on how her civil war is panning out.
And I kind of trust Harmony more than...
Cyrus, make me an Arcana check.
Why me?
Make it, bitch.
It's a 6.
Nothing.
Not sure.
What do you mean I'm not sure?
Nothing comes to you. Something might have come to you. It didn't come.
Cyrus has bowel cancer from carrying around the aether flux in his pocket.
Sometimes you know things, sometimes you don't. That's how the world works.
Side note, very funny to imagine Cyrus carrying the aether flux in his pocket because it's a giant helmet. It's like, where's the aether flux? It's like, you don't know. Buzzing from pocket.
I'm trying to figure out what I don't know now.
You can't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
But we both know what you know.
Maybe it's worth reaching out to Harmony. It can't hurt to ask.
This might be out of the blue, but Astra, there aren't any ships on...
Echo, 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 echo. Whoever's using push to talk, please stop pushing it.
That would be me and Mary. There aren't any ships on large ships on Keelam, are there?
If there is, there's only one place I'd hazard a guess that would have them.
Yeah, I don't really want to go there.
Also, I don't really want to
message Dad, but I don't know.
What if we went
My
to
dad,
hell and we
not
just
me.
rescued all of Squad horrendous meat ships?
Oh no, that wouldn't be meat ships. They would be like technically metal-plated, giant limb, spiky, with some meat ships.
Some meat.
They don't use mana coils, though.
To be fair, I feel like
Infernal engines.
if anyone's gonna be chill about being rescued in the giant spiky meat ship, it would be everyone living on Squad. They'd be like, "Ooh, this is nice. There's a little more meat than your average ship, but so much less meat than I'm used to on everywhere else."
Do you want me to ask?
Right up until you release a horde of Kenku and they just strip it for parts.
Ask my dad, Agrod, if there's any ships around or anyone he knows has ships. Or I can ask Mum, which is weird to say.
I mean, definitely better reaching out to your dad than mine, ours.
I like you shook your head there. It's like, no. Biologically, yes, but also no.
I don't think Mother will have any access to ships or knowledge of them because she's hitchhiked basically back to Keelam.
You said the word mother like you've never said that word before in your entire life. That was really sad.
I haven't said it in a very long time.
Well, she used to want to escape, didn't she? Maybe she'll know.
I'm guessing she hitchhiked. like, as far as I'm aware, she didn't have access to her own ship, and it wasn't very big if she did.
Okay, so I'll try.
It is
Dad,
worth
my
noting
dad-
that the Celestials, the only celestial vessels or ships that you would have seen or anyone would be familiar with are things like Serparna's fucking huge monstrosity that you saw that one time.
I mean,
or
that would have been helpful right now, I guess.
Did she teleport that to the ends of the expanse, or did we just leave it above?
She teleported it somewhere, but
She
we
just
don't know
sent it away.
where. She was like, it is
That's
far
fine.
away now.
somewhere
I
in
was
deep
like,
space.
could we hotwire that to just?
I think she told you she could trigger it, but she wouldn't know where it would end
I
up.
mean, reach out to your dad. We'll reach out to Harmony.
Would Dell know?
Would Fife know?
I haven't spoke to Fife since I got a new body, and he hasn't spoke to me, so I'm assuming
You haven't tried though.
I haven't wanted to try.
No,
try?
you do?
No, I don't want to try, but if it helps, I guess maybe I could.
And it will answer a question that's been bothering me.
What question's been bothering you?
Protocols.
I am not going to discuss that with him. I don't want him knowing of any purpose or plan for me.
If you can communicate with them, that's a relatively good sign, Cyrus.
Good sign for you. Cyrus will close his eyes, try to get back into a meditative, somewhat state, and just be like, "Hey, asshole, are you still there? Do you hear me?" in his head.
Hello?
Roll me a d20.
Can you hear me? You're a fucking asshole, and I hope you can't.
9.
9.
Hold Cyrus.
Is he talking? Cyrus, is he talking?
No, he's not. I mean, no, he's not. I don't know whether to be I don't know to be concerned about this or not. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm glad that he's not, but also, what does that mean? Thanks, Astra. Thanks for making me do that.
Well, at least now you're aware.
Okay, now Astra, you reach out and see if he talks to you.
I'm aware
To Fife or to
I'm aware that he
To
is
Fife.
ignoring me or that he can't hear me. No, we don't want to reach out to Fife. Astra should not reach out to Fife.
I'll reach out to Ray. Maybe.
I mean, you
Don't
might as
know.
well reach out to Fife to see if he can hear you. He might, be like, hey, did Cyrus fucking die? And you can be like, yep, he's gone. Oh no, because then he'll look for you in hell. You can be like, yep, he is, he's in the bathroom right now.
Yeah, but if she makes the connection with Fife, will she be able to break it, or will Fife cling on to it? Let's not risk that. Talk to Ray, or
isn't it
talk
just
to,
like a
talk
magic-
to Dell.
Is it just like a magic phone call? Can you just hang up?
Wait. It's a mental thing, isn't it? Is it a mental thing or a religious thing?
That's what I was looking to find out if you reached into him, but I don't know if that's just him putting you on hold or do not
Oh,
disturb.
hang on, let me take off my ring. And Cyrus will remove his ring of mind shielding.
Yep.
And then he'll try again.
Roll me d20.
Asshole, are you there?
The number you have called is no longer available.
It's better or it's worse. I don't know.
Reach out, Cyrus.
Nope, can't hear him. He can't, or he can't hear me. Either or. No, nobody's picking up.
Look, I'll
Puts the ring back
try Agrod and I'll try Ray.
And we should try and get in contact with Harmony because, I don't think any of our other parents will be helpful in the situation. No offense.
Well, yours won't be.
Like, I don't know what good Agrod's gonna be, but
I mean, my
Sure.
father will probably know about lots of trading ships if they're, coming to pick up stuff from us. So I could at least see if you could get a couple
That's an
places
idea.
somewhere.
That might be useful.
Like, Squall doesn't have a great level of trade, but the song has some.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, that's not gonna work with Agrod.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there we go.
Mary's looking for a spell to send to
I'm pretty
Agrod.
sure I
was
still
like,
have it. I'm just like...
You can
I do
cast
still have it,
sending
it's okay.
through your hollow strap as a level 2
There's
spell.
just a higher chance
higher
it
chance it
fails
fails.
because we're not like there.
But if you don't have it prepared, you can still cast it through hollow strap.
No, I have it prepared. I've just scrolled too far down. Yeah, she'll cast it.
Sure.
25 words, isn't it? So...
Well, D100 first, see if it goes through. Of 5. Yep. Connection
Above
is
a
made.
5. Hi, Dad. I'm okay. Just, does... Sorry, reread that. Do we have ships
Does we have
that can
ships?
be used as an evacuation protocol situation? Hope you're doing well. Bye.
Yeah. Sends through. Hello, my daughter. No, nothing that large, I'm afraid. I would always ask for divine help, but you know, silence.
Sorry, I just suddenly had a thought in my head of Aparna like shooting shit out of the ship again, and someone being like, "That's really bad for the environment, you know," and her being like, "I am the environment."
Okay, so Agrod said there's nothing like that. I'll try. Ray, first of all, I suppose. Well, no. I'll try Ray. Yeah, try Ray tonight.
You reach out to Ray. Roll me a D4.
the fuck?
He don't like you, bro.
I don't like him, so fair.
3.
Your eyes. You feel the warmth of like sunlight on your face. You see through closed eyes that searing, blinding light. Like whenever you're looking at the sun, even with your eyes closed, you know it's like there, you know, like kind of burning through you. What do you say?
Hello, Ray. We're hoping to rescue those living on Squall. We need to evacuate them before we can save it from the smog as a way to fight the you-know-what. Before they can use it against everyone else.
Make me a persuasion check.
Why persuasion shit? Okay for Astra, 16.
Hello, puppet. Unfortunately, Ray can't come right now. But I see you. And I can help. I'm more than willing to help.
Why do I feel there's a but there?
No buts. I'm just a guardian, you know. We're meant to help you. Just because you've
Well,
got
I've
a
heard
few...
about your help.
From who? One who always tried to push me away, right up until he didn't.
You're welcome, by the way, Cyrus.
He made his choice.
He did. But I helped him regardless. If you need ships capable of ferrying a planet, well, we have endless ships.
That we will ferry immediately to the front lines of hell.
That's ships to where?
Wherever you need them to go, I suppose. Whenever I was watching over Cyrus, I learned that he is the key to winning this war against the Abyss.
He is in a way.
I can't see him at the moment. Haven't been for some time.
I wondered about that. He had a restructuring, I suppose. I don't know how that plays into things now.
Well, consider this a little gift. Something that he will need when it comes to trying to close that rift. I suppose you could call it a little bit of dual parenting from me and Ray. And you feel something hot press into your palm.
She'll probably be like, ah, shit.
Look down, open your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
As you open your eyes, the connection's severed. But in your palm, there is this perfect little glowing gem of pure sunlight.
What the fuck is that?
Make a perception check, Astra.
And that appears to be a little gem of pure sunlight, obviously.
And it like emits bright light in like 120-foot radius, like whoa, like
my eyes.
23.
I'm gonna be seeing
see
spots for hours.
through the brightness of the light. You squint your eyes in just the right way, and you see like the way it's catching the light in itself. It almost like there's like, you know, it's like something's moving inside it, like a liquid core and a dice. And then you see two hands, boom, boom, on the edge of the shard.
Astra, could you put that in your pocket? My eyes take up like 70% of my face.
Cyrus, this is a gift from you, from
A gift from me from what?
a gift for you for when the time comes from.
It's
Those
Ray
you
in a
may not
bubble,
hold in high
Ray in a
regard.
bubble. I'm assuming Ray's stuck in there. That's what the hands were, right?
So
only Astra
spoke,
seen them.
so you
him.
spoke to Ray, and she gave you this glowing ball of light.
It wasn't Ray. Someone hijacked the call.
Close your fist tighter. I still can't see.
I'm putting it in my pocket.
Not Dell.
Oh. What did he say?
He can get us the ships.
Of course he can. It's a devil's bargain. What did he want in return?
Didn't want anything, was a gift. He says you can use that to close the rift.
I thought I needed this, and Cyrus will take the wishbone out of his pocket. I thought I needed this to close the rift.
I don't know, Cyrus, that's what he said.
Puts the wishbone back.
But from what I can see, it looks like there's someone inside it.
I will look at it later. I will take your word for it. So I have a gem in my pocket that emits pure sunlight and has a little person inside of it.
There's someone trapped in a gem prison made of pure starlight. Or starlight sunlight.
They're the same thing.
They're the same thing.
Okay.
True.
Right up there
I'm
with
gonna add-
Moonlight.
I'm gonna add this to my inventory. I'm no idea what I'm calling it.
Sun orb.
Call it whatever you
Sun-
want.
Sun orb prison.
If
Prison
you
orb.
want to call it a shard of Polis, you could call it a shard of Polis. And you could put it next to the wishbone of Saparna if you want.
Oh my god, it's the Polis. If every time I see police, I just yell, oh my god, it's the police, how long before I get shot by someone? I
know
tried to
that meme.
turn on a dime to say nice ass to someone with a donkey, but I accidentally turned in front of him and he crashed into me, instantly killing his donkey, so I just rode away again.
So I have added a shard of Polis with the description of a gem that emits pure sunlight in a 100-foot radius. Seems to have someone trapped inside.
There's a guy inside. On the upside, if we have to fight vampires in the future, that's gonna be useful as shit.
Dope.
Can Astra, I don't know what check it would be to figure out if it's Ray or if it's the person that was trapped in the, not the volcano.
I
the
mean,
mines.
Ray
Yeah.
is technically a living creature. Like, you could just sending Ray.
Ray's on killing.
Do you have to know the
Ray
creature?
could be in your pocket
Ray
right now.
guards the glowy sphere thing on the top of Gleam.
Do you have to
That's five
know
bots
the
here.
creature to cast sending on them?
You do know. You've met
No,
Ray.
but do you have to know them?
You have to be aware. You have to like be aware of them, like know their name.
Could you not just cast sending and try and send it into the like fucking marble and be like, who the fuck are you? Would that work?
We could use identify on it.
I think it would be funnier to ask them, honestly.
I think
I
it would be
don't-
funnier to break it.
No, we're not breaking it. I imagine breaking it will probably be something I have to do closer to. What did he say? When it's time?
To close the rift, it'll help.
I have to close a black hole with a wishbone and a gem of sunlight.
I mean,
No,
what
you're
eliminates
also going to have
the
a
darkness?
kettle and a piece of string.
I mean,
Can I try and cast
It
sending
makes-
on the fucking thing?
Sure.
Do you need to see it, or can you just look at my pocket?
Let me see it, but let me squint in advance.
put sunglasses on.
Make a perception check. Alice, if you're squinting, probably disadvantage.
Okay, fine, I won't squint.
To be fair, Ash is
You
probably there.
burn your
half blind
retinas,
for
you're
a while.
permanently blind. You look directly at the sun.
Okay, perception?
Should use the pinhole.
Pinhole camera?
Yeah.
Perception?
Yes.
18.
18. You just make out like the movement of something in there, but you don't see anything like. Nothing as clear as what Astra saw. It's small, like it's.
I'll try
Nothing.
anyway. Just try and, like, message whatever might be in there.
Sure, roll D100. And are you using the traditional sending spell or using your holo strap?
I don't think I have message prepared, but let me check. Oh no, I do have it prepared.
Sending or message?
Message.
Message does nothing. Fails.
Oh.
Doesn't go through.
Oh no, sending. I need sending, don't I? I don't have sending, so I have to use my holostrap.
Sure. What's your field procedure for something that's on a different plane of existence than the holo strap? Is it 20%?
I think so, but I have my holostrap somewhere I can check.
Yep, just double check it, because I've not looked at that item since I invented it.
I'll be back in a minute.
Holostrap. Holostrap. Da da da, holostrap. 25%. 25% chance to fail.
Sure, roll D100.
18.
Spell is spent, but does not land. You feel no connection.
I got more spell slots. Can I try again?
Yeah, you want to burn them.
Okay, we're just waiting around.
While Atlas is sending to the gem, Cyrus will turn to Astra and just be like,
So what else did he say? Anything else I need to know?
73.
He said that he couldn't reach you anymore.
Okay, so our
think we
connection is severed.
And, well, he couldn't see you properly. Probably more correct. I said he went with a restructuring of sorts. He also said that you kept rejecting him until you didn't.
I never rejected him. Well, not that I can remember.
You were fighting him.
He was a
until you-
dick. He always treated me like shit. He never acted guardianly at all when I was a kid. Not that I can remember. Whatever I did to make him feel rejected, I don't remember it. I must have been very young.
I don't know.
God, he holds a grudge. Dick.
Sounds familiar.
What?
Nothing.
No, what was that? I didn't hear you because of my headphones. What did you say?
These lo-fi's Astra, like burn.
I like to think that she just.
Why do I feel like it was something to do with my mother?
I just like to think that whenever Mary's going so red. Whenever I like to imagine whenever she does like something insulting to Cyrus, she just feels her hand get a little hot, like it's been high-fived, like by something warm.
73 for your ascending.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Hello, being in orb. What is your name? Who are you? Can you help us? Can we help you? I'm Atlas.
Atlas, your mind is immediately flooded with the sounds of a man screaming like he is being tortured actively, as if someone was flaying his skin while holding a lit candle to his face. And you hear in between the screams, "Help! Help! They took my eyes! Help! Oh, the gods are all dead! This cannot be life! This cannot be anything! Gods damn them all!" And that's it. That's all you hear, and then the spell ends.
So Atlas just like talks aloud for a little bit and then just stares blankly into space with a worried expression for a while, just like, yep, there's a guy in there.
Did he say anything? Is he helpful?
He appears to be busy right now.
Busy? I'm going to insight you.
Does Astra need to?
Well, let's see.
11, better than average.
18.
Astra doesn't need to.
He is busy.
I can't imagine he's doing very much, but okay, if you say so. Puts back
Atlas
in pocket.
shoots Astra a look of like later.
Just Astra sits her back and look of like, nod, okay.
My wife and my sister exchanging weird looks. Do you think the gem's safe to put in my bedside cabinet?
Yeah,
The
but maybe
gem's
put
probably
it in
safer than
like
was
a
in there previously, so
probably
knock
put it in
yourself
like
out.
a box or something so it doesn't roll around too much, you know? You don't want
Maybe I
that
should-
thing to happen where it like rolls all the way to the back and then you think you've lost it. Don't
I'll
put
maybe
it in
see
the
if
bag of holding.
I'll maybe see if I can find like a box or something that I can put it in, just in case I don't want to break it.
Yeah, don't break it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Cyrus is going to go to his room and look for a little box that he can put the gem in.
As soon as Cyrus leaves,
Well, I'm
Asher just,
going
like,
to go to
swivels
my-
at Atlas.
Well, I'm going to go to my room in case anybody wants to hang out at any point, and Alice just walks out.
Okay, I need to figure out what the fuck that was. Asher just follows.
Get to Alice's room, slam the door. There's a guy being tortured in that thing.
Okay, guy? Definite. Okay, it's not Ray then.
He sounded like I mean, like, not to assume the gender of whoever's being tortured inside the sun orb. He said, I'm not gonna do the horrific screaming. I feel like that isn't important. Imagine this is, like, interspersed with horrific screamings of someone being tortured, like their skin is being flayed. He said, help,
Noted, okay.
help, the gods are dead. They took my eyes. This can't be life? Something like that. More screaming. More the gods are dead. And then I think there was just more screaming on. There might have been other things, but mostly that and the screaming.
The last thing they said was, the gods be damned.
The gods be damned. That was the last thing he said.
So the gods did that to him, I'm guessing.
I would assume so.
Here's
So
the
he's
question.
in the orb, but he also might be in, like, a sun, or possibly, like, the center of the universe, because I think that also looks pretty sun.
That's because you drew a little doodle on your holostrap map.
Hmm?
Because you drew a little doodle on your holostrap map, looks like a sun.
I did. But I mean just, like, the brightness.
Okay.
She, like, holds up her arms. I was like, you just drew a little smiley sun on there. It's like, okay, I was bored in a meeting.
Fair, okay.
But I
So,
figured
two
maybe
theories.
not tell Cyrus about the screaming orb, because he's already worried about the fight situation. So, like, let's not pile too much on him, because then he starts drinking a lot and making racist comments about dwarves, and we've already been through that.
Yeah, I think he may be more worried about me and the fight situation, which I've just had more fuel to the fire. Pun intended, I suppose. Two theories, I think. One, that's the person that was in the mine that we never went near. We were like, nope, don't want part of that. Two,
But if he's in the mine, how would he be in the sun orb?
yeah, he was in the mine. Maybe five transport him into some radioactive.
I'm sure there's
radio
lots of people who
cell thing.
piss off the gods and get put in eternal torture. Kind of their vibe sometimes, you know?
Yeah, my other theory is my protocol. There's someone in the star, I suppose. The sun, star, whatever. That I have to figure out. And that image.
Technically, a sun is a
granted on
star.
much I suppose it's a much miniature scale, but it's very similar to what the Laris protocol is, I think, from what I got of it.
Well, either way, we can't do anything to help that guy right now, and we have other things that we're trying to do. I don't think it's dangerous as long as Cyrus doesn't do anything with it, and I don't think he'll really think about talking to it, so maybe we just leave it for now. We kind
Yeah.
of gotta compartmentalize these situations, you know?
Yeah, it might be one for Barros, just to have on his radar, but
We'll mention it to him at some point. I just feel like maybe keeping it from Cyrus for now is a shout.
is it worth talking to Saparna? I don't know.
She might know. But I don't want to go in
Try and
her
have some
room because
intel.
it's gross in there.
Fair. Maybe get her to come to us.
I'll go knock on Saparna's door, see if she's there.
Dum, dum, dum. 1 moment. The door like opens, gets stuck halfway. Oh, fuck my shoes. Hi.
Saparna, wait. Jesus Christ.
What?
Yeah,
We have questions.
you can't keep living like this. Come into my room. Close the door. You'll make the weird smell go out of the hallway.
It doesn't smell weird. I don't know what you're talking about.
Agree to disagree. Let's just go.
She closes the door behind her, follows you down.
Atlas pulls some disinfectant out of her bag and sprays Saparna as she's walking.
I'm not a dog. What do you want?
Look, you have a living body now. You have to at least accept that and take a little bit more care. You can't just sulk about not being a giant goof brain forever.
I mean, Cyrus isn't here, so there's no fun.
Okay, anyway, do you know anything about a guy trapped inside a orb of light or star or sun who possibly had his eyeballs ripped out and his skin flayed and tortured for all eternity?
Ooh, I mean,
I was really hoping her to be like, ooh, which one?
Yeah, a couple of those. Why?
Because we, like, have him and we want to know.
Oh! Can I see him?
Cyrus has him right now and he doesn't know that he
Cyrus
has him
has
because
him.
he's in a
Oh,
marble.
okay, cool. Do you want to tell Cyrus that I've got a yeast infection or something? I think that would make him feel bad. You're a doctor.
For what?
Hmm? Just make him feel bad.
We could do that anyways without trying too much. What?
Cyrus's ears are burning right now.
Do
The
you have any
orb,
more
stay on
intel this
subject.
Person?
I would like to see it, and then I can maybe identify what one or who
I'll go
it
get
is.
the fucking orb.
Meanwhile, in Cyrus's room, he has one of those like industrial engineer masks.
Like a
for,
welding mask?
yeah, like a welding mask. He's going to look at the orb, sitting on the
Cool.
bed, puts the mask down, and
Yeah.
looks at the orb because he doesn't want to blind himself.
Oh, okay. Inside the orb, Cyrus, with that shield like taking out the majority of the light, that's very smart. Yeah, you get a good look at this. There's a guy in there. You see he is like completely like humanoid in shape and figure. You see that he has 2 huge wings, and they have been bound and wrapped in this heavy black chain over the white feathers, and the white feathers are stained with this like dark brown colored like blood maybe. It's hard to tell with light because you're looking through this like dark shield and visor, but they're definitely not clean. And you can see that because the wings are being held back, their arms and legs are free to move around, but it's as if they're like in free fall or in water, like they're not able to get a touch of anything. The only thing they can just reach is if they stretch themselves forward, and you can like see them like grimacing in pain, and they can just clip like the tip of their knuckles to the fucking edge of this crystal as they try to bang on it, try to get any kind of attention. But it doesn't, as you're holding your hand, you don't feel anything, it doesn't vibrate, like, nothing like that. You could make a religion check if you'd like.
Oh, I did not pay attention in religion school.
Some kind
I
of
have a +4,
celestial.
but it's only a
To
10.
be fair, I imagine Hell's religion school is, we're going to kill some demons, shut the fuck up, you don't need another god. Lorien 5 ever.
Some kind of celestial, Cyrus. Probably not like a Lorien's one because of its wing profile. Lorien's celestials all have. Well, actually, no. Lorien's celestials do have feathered wings, but they are. It's his ASMR and tieflings who are all a bit more demonic and devilish. Yeah, his
Knocks on the
celestials
door.
are.
Atlas
He's a
knocks
higher
on the
plane.
door.
Yeah.
Gem in the box closed, into the drawer, close the drawer, come in.
Why are you
Still
sat
wearing the
on, why are you
mask.
sat on your bed wearing a welding helmet? What were you doing? Why would you need that much facial protection?
Wanking.
I was checking the glass for cracks. It's easier to see it when I'm wearing it.
Have any of you seen Extraordinary?
Possibly.
It's a show where everyone gets like a superpower, essentially, but there's one bit where she like, was in like one of the guys is talking about like maybe becoming a superhero, and she's like, there's no point because, you know, everyone has a superpower now, and he's like testing out like a superhero costume, and then he hears her coming and like slams the door, and he's like, don't come in, I'm masturbating. And she's like, what, in the kitchen? Why would you do that?
Cyrus takes that mask off.
I need the orb.
Why?
I want to show it to Saparna. You can come, but she's feeling particularly upset about being a person today, so you are going to have to put up with that.
Isn't she just upset about being a person every day?
Yeah, but I told her she smelled bad, and I think she's really not appreciating that.
Well, if she cleaned her fucking room, then she wouldn't smell bad.
Yeah, we've been over this several times. Along with the, you can't just throw plates under your bed. They still exist if you can't see them. And
Oh, no,
you
she
can wear
I've
shoes
seen
more
her-
than once.
I've seen her jettison them out the airlock now. She's upgraded her tactics.
Yeah, but she still leaves them under there for like 2 weeks first. It's
We should
only
really
once.
get like a drone or something that can just like a little drone that just cleans the floor and this, I don't know, some kind of cleaning robot.
There
We
is
tried-
a Roomba somewhere in Saparna's
We tried
room.
that.
You
It
don't
got
know where
buried
it
in
is.
all the
Stuck
crap
in
too
the
fast.
Several layers of clothes.
Yeah, it's stuck.
Can't get out.
Difficult terrain.
Sometimes if you're really quiet, you can just hear its muffled beeping.
Beep, beep, beep.
This RDT2 screams, just like,
Beep 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 beep.
Honestly,
You
that
just-
might
you
be
just
the
think that
big
there's a
bad if it
Roomba
ever
going
gains
around.
sentience. That's what we...
Roomba.
Yeah, that's what we threaten the next AI to fuck up with. We will put you in the Roomba and make you live in Saparna's room. Anyway, this is unrelated. Can I have the orb or not? Or can you bring the orb with you? We're in my room, not Saparna's, if that makes it more tempting.
Oh, okay. And they'll open the drawer, pick up the box, and follow you out
Immediately
the
more
room.
on board.
Yeah, he'll follow you out the room. He's not going to tell you what he saw.
That's fine. She's not going to tell you what she saw. We're all keeping the torture box secret.
Such
Take
a
it.
loving marriage, keeping secrets from each other.
We're doing it for the safety of our own
Ash is
sanity.
just a sibling who knows
I
everything.
like the idea that like both Cyrus and Atlas are looking at each other like they've got a lot on their plate. I don't need to stress them out further. Go back, be like, ta-da.
Yeah, Saparna takes a box, opens it up. Ah, fuck!
Oh yeah, it's extremely bright.
She's gonna say something
did
about
say
having
sunlight,
mortal
didn't we?
eyeballs.
Ah,
If you keep
The
blinking,
spot-
the little dots will
the-
go away.
it
Yeah, it
sucks.
might just. Yes, it does.
Okay, hang on, let me look again.
Does Cyrus still have the
fuck.
mask in his hand?
No, it will continue to be bright every time you look at it. It doesn't get dimmer.
Okay, well, I think I got a good enough look.
Take the box back.
Also, don't look at the sun. If you're on a planet, it'll do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it won't be as intense because, you know, distance. But
Naparna
yeah.
spent that entire sunny holiday confused why her eyes hurt so much. Alternatively, Saparna was gifted some sunglasses and put them on her face with no understanding to why and was like, I look sick as hell in these. I'm not going to take them off the whole time.
Is it linked to Polis? They called it a shard of Polis, but is it actually linked to?
He didn't call it that. Harry just told me that's what I could call it.
Oh, never mind.
You don't know that information.
Recon that.
This contains a Empyrean of Ravi. So, do you know what that is, or
No.
Some kind of warrior?
Like, yeah, high ranking?
very high ranking?
Something?
They're big, immortal titans. They can only really be slain. They don't age. Normally used as weapons, almost. They generally they are so powerful they can even affect the things around them with merely their mood. If they are out and about, I've seen it before that an Empyrean, when is unhappy, the clouds might cry tears of salt water. Things of that nature. It kind of follows it around. They are able to really affect what is around them. They're almost like celestial children of the gods, if you would put them among that rank. This is one of Ravi's. I don't know his name, but I know that he is... Well, Ravi put him in there.
Well, apparently, I'm meant to use this orb shard thing to stop the Eternal War.
He called it a combined parentage effort to to help you close the rift.
A combined effort from my guardians?
Mm-hmm.
You've got a little bit of the natural world, me, in the form of my old bone. You've got a bit of Ravi, who's that pure light, which you will need to light the darkness of Null. And the final thing you'll need will be something of Lorian's.
Oh shit, that used to be me.
No, you will need
and
What do you have?
well, I don't know. It's of Cyrus.
Is that my fucking horn? You still have it?
In case of emergency. It's probably not powerful enough.
Maybe.
No offense. I'm keeping it to regrow you from in case we need to again.
Bear in mind, we're talking like a literal bone of my old body, the god's son.
Yeah.
I think we need something a bit more potent than a little bit of Cyrus. I'm sure you're very potent, Cyrus, but maybe not in this way.
Thank you, Saparna.
I was hoping maybe more like Lorian is big into sewing and has a big sewing needle. That'd be handy. You could just sew the thing shut.
Lorian is also technically a Tev.
So was I.
Yeah, so couldn't we just, like, steer him towards Null while I hold the gem and wishbone?
We could always ask him.
Yeah, I don't think he's big on the asking or anything. He kind of just does his own thing. Also, I don't think he'll listen to me now that I have a new body. Thank you, Atlas. I appreciate the new body, but it's not of his kingdom.
I don't want to suggest it, but I can try.
No.
Why don't you enter a little
Also-
devilish debate? You know, you've already maybe got your soul on the line. Why don't you offer him more?
No. What if you connecting to Fife and Lorian and all of that jazz ruins the fifth protocol?
Well, we already ruined the fourth.
Well, we don't know if the fourth is ruined yet. We haven't got
Or
this far in
third, but it's
previous
only
iterations, have we?
Third. There's bound to be some artifact or something.
Can I do a history or religion check to see if I can think of anything of significant items Lorian-wise?
Sure thing.
It's a real good time to have your old buddy.
Yeah, I kind of wish I hadn't smashed that skull, even though it was kind of inconvenienced on the Chimera.
I did.
That is a 17 for religion.
The only artifact of Lorien you can think is the Sword of Lorien. Which
Would I know where that is?
currently in the possession of Lorien's Empyrean.
Fuck.
If you offer to do something for Lorien, would he give it to you?
I mean, maybe.
If you offered to kill Skullboy, would...
Well, technically, Skullboy is back on Abaddon. He would have reformed there.
Skullboy doesn't like Fife, not Lorien.
Oh yeah, that was it. Do you want me to ask Fife?
No, I think we've talked to him enough today. Look, this is not getting solved right now. We have other issues that we need to deal with.
That's what I
can
said.
address- Yeah, we can address this when we get closer to fulfilling the third protocol.
Okay.
Don't say okay in that tone. What do you mean by okay in that tone?
Oh, she's mad at you.
Ooh.
Shush.
And yeah, as that little conversation kind of comes to an end, I think that's a good place to start for tonight. As you are all still hovering near Barna, kind of waiting on the plan of how you're going to evacuate a planet. And if you're going to speed up this process. But we will find that out next time. Until then, bye!